Okay, let's see here. OBS is good. YouTube is receiving content. And we're just going to wait for it. There we go. Apparently we were at negative 39 minutes right there. Alrighty, we are live, and we're going to be streaming again Starfleet Command Orion Pirates Plus mod. We're continuing our pirate campaign. We'll do that for a little while, and then after maybe about an hour, we might switch over to RogueTech. Haven't really decided yet. These Saturday streams are still kind of new to us, so we're still trying to get our footing on that. So, without further ado, let's go set up on our pirate campaign. And, yeah, there we go. Orion Cartel. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Iron Wolf is still basically the same thing as the CA2 that we had. It's a slightly larger thing with more weapons now, but I'm fairly certain we're still sticking at about the same armament. Hello, Brandon! Can't watch, just popped in to say hi. Well, hello to you. It was nice of you to stop by. That's all right. So, we're going to keep focusing on what we're trying to do. We are still looking for a Dreadnought. They still haven't come around, which is getting to be a little bit annoying because we are Rear Admiral rank, so the Dreadnoughts should start popping up. Well, they pop up anyway, but still. I'm a little bit confused as to why we haven't seen any. It is getting, not annoying, but it is a little bit weird because that would be a way that we could drastically increase our firepower, and I'd really like to get into doing that. So we're just going to quickly top off all of our weapon systems here, make sure that we're all kitted out, and we'll set off into Cartel View. Oh yeah, we're heading down south. We have to take on the rest of the Prime Industries, and we exterminated them up here in the north. So let's begin our pilgrimage down to the rest of the enemy. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the stream. Always nice to have people around. And yeah, we pretty much just got started. This will be our first engagement with you just arriving in time. So excellent. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Mine was a fantastic affair. Rather small this year, though. Normally, for Thanksgiving, I go to a place with like 25, 30-something people because it's all our relatives. And this year, it was down to just under 20. So it was a really relaxed atmosphere for once. We're being escorted today by the Cygnus, which is a Romulan Dreadnought. Wow. What are you? It's a K-10 RF, which is a normal B-10 Dreadnought that has all the equipment stripped out for Romulan kit. It's really quite terrifying. I think we actually dueled one of these quite recently in our Marak campaign. That may be an episode you guys haven't seen yet. In any case, it was an interesting fight. You became a fat person that day. We all become fat people on that day. We just gorge ourselves on all kinds of turkey, mashed potatoes, candied yams, and anything else you can think of. So, I am not the biggest fan of turkey, but even I ate quite a bit of it. So, I more look forward to Easter because we have a very, very big dinner on Easter, and it's all kinds of fun Polish food. It's alright, I had Thanksgiving with my dad and stepmom. Or normal mom? Stepmom. I gotcha. Welcome to the stream, Maverin. I hope everybody had a good time then. Alright, so let's, I think we're going to start our engagement. We may as well just get this thing started. We are at range. I mean, these are fast missiles, so they have a maximum range of 96. The medium missiles have a maximum range of 72, and the last type of missiles is 48, the slow missiles. So, fast missiles are a lot of fun, especially if you can control them all, which we can't, unfortunately. I think we can get one and two. Interesting. Okay, so that's our maximum salvo, probably. Just gonna loop around on this guy. He's only a heavy cruiser. It's an FALR, so he might have a plasma torpedo. I'm not super sure on that, but in any event, he's gonna crash stop immediately to handle the incoming missiles, and we'll just spam out the rest of our salvo, because I know we can't control two in this ship. That is something that apparently our Marak ship is kind of uncommon for. And if you haven't caught up with the Marak campaign, we just recently got a battleship, and it is fun in so very many ways. Battleships are always entertaining. Oh, he actually might get spanked by a couple of these missiles here. Let's see. Yeah, he grabbed the one. The other one right into him. So that actually worked out really well. So those C-Racks being half a turn behind seemed to work out quite nicely. So yeah, he's dead here. I mean, if he fires his plasma torpedoes and cloaks immediately, he might survive, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. And we're probably never going to figure out exactly what he had equipped. And wow, he's alive. Interesting. Devourer is a fair... Yes, Devourer was a great name for it. Although Devourer is a little bit weird to say. I was noting when I was starting recording more episodes, like, this feels weird to just end on an ER. Slaughterer was the same way. We've been keeping the ER ending for most of our ships, which is a little bit weird. But I've been having a lot of fun in Devourer. Just the ability to launch 12 MIRVs is just hilarious. Like, when the X era comes out, we are switching to a heavy bombardment cruiser because it has 6 Smurf launchers as opposed to the Devourer's 2. But still, it's a lot of missiles we can throw at somebody. I think we're tossing something like 20 missiles at people when we launch everything. It's really quite nice. Only 86 prestige. We kind of were expecting that. After all, you can't just completely blitz somebody with all that kind of firepower and expect to get paid well. Did I miss something on why we went down by about 200 prestige? I didn't think we spent that much in supplies. But I suppose fast missiles are very expensive. Are we still... No, it's a different one. It's the Sinvenio. Still working with the Romulans on this mission. And also another little tiny ship, the Atrox. Hello, Atrox. He is probably come to the wrong fight. But then again, we are only fighting a convoy, so I suppose it's not that dangerous. What are we fighting specifically for this counter? We got freighters, whole bunch of freighters, and nothing else so far. So whatever defense is on the opposite end of the convoy, we'll catch up to them. We'll annihilate them. What do you mean only 6, Josh? Did I say something? Because the heavy bomber... Oh, when I said 12 MIRVs, I meant the total of the 2 launchers on the battleship. I think that's what you're referring to. Could be wrong. So my plan today is to stream the cartel campaign for about an hour, and then for the second hour of the stream to switch over to RogueTech, and I'm interested to see what you guys think about that. If you desperately wanted to stay on Starfleet Command, I'll do that, but I was thinking about branching out and maybe starting a stream campaign with all y'all, and we could maybe get something interesting going on. That was my plan anyway. Because I have been wanting to stream on the Bombard. Yeah, didn't I say it had 6 MIRVs? Thought I did. Maybe I'm wrong. So, but yeah, I've been wanting to get RogueTech streaming, and I kind of have been sort of tossing around the idea of Wednesday being Starfleet Command and Saturday being RogueTech. I'm not really sure on that one. Are you the defense? No, you're... Yeah, there we go. You're the defender. Fire missiles off at him. We'll get him to stop. We'll start firing our laser phaser weapons at all the freighters, and we'll take care of them. Alright, we've got one vote that says that's okay. So unless the 4 other people currently watching immediately say, no, we only want to steer Starfleet Command, that's what we'll do. But yeah, we'll set up a stream campaign, and we'll have, we'll create all the parameters based on what you guys want. Hopefully it'll be interesting. Also, it's going to probably be a little bit brutally hard, because RogueTech is very hard in the early game. Once you start getting into the mid to late game, you start feeling a little bit more comfortable with things, but RogueTech is rough. I'm loving it, but it's rough. Alright, let's get right up behind the cave protector. Oh, really? I forgot to shut off the... I forgot to turn off the defensive phasers, and now we have no phasers to shoot people with. And we may as well focus on this guy. All weapons focus. Also, we managed to burn off his wild weasel, so he's gonna get hurt pretty bad. Look at this. Oh, just surrounded by seeking weapons. I think we can now rely on him to take care of it. And we got our port side now facing towards our little friends out here. Oh, wow, you have a G-type plasma torpedo. I did not realize I was getting involved in that. I feel like I've made a mistake here. Oh, come on. That's just not even fair. They're supporting fire each other. X-Mortis so far has been my favorite mech. The X-Mortis is crazy, isn't it? It's a Panther with an LB-20 that could use in close combat. It's amazing. I kind of want to get one. Well, Mav wants to be a Charger? I don't understand. I can't wait for you to finally break from playing pilots are the least interesting. I kind of agree, but that was the vote. Like, we asked when we were swapping over from the ISC campaign, everybody was like, pirates, pick the pirates. So, hey, we did pirates. So, we're about halfway done with the pirate campaign, so maybe 2 or 3 more streams and we might have it. Because, Prime Industries hopefully will fall without too much more effort on our part. Although, speaking of which, what would the other campaign be that we'd want to do? So what would be the next faction to pick up? Because that's the real question when you start asking those things. Because, yeah, pirates are... A lot of people find the pirate weapon mixes really interesting, and I can get that. Part of the problem that we're actually having with interesting weapon mixes is I fell back immediately on comfort food, basically, which is missiles. I'm really comfortable with missiles. I know how to use them pretty effectively. I feel pretty confident so long as I've got missiles to fight anybody. But they're not the most entertaining weapon system to watch unless you're playing the Marak. I have the idea of a challenge on the Federation side, flying ships that don't have drone racks. Yeah, that's pretty easy, actually. I think we did that mostly in the first campaign, or the Season 10, right? I don't think we did many ships with drone wrecks. I don't think we did a Kirov, did we? We went we went down the fighter route. So, and that was actually pretty entertaining. Because we don't normally do things like that. Like, fighters are both amazingly powerful in this game and incredibly frustrating to use. Because sometimes they just don't pay attention to what you tell them to do. Which... Wait, you're still alive? How? I don't know how the Galitho is still alive, so we're going to come and help out a bit here. I was expecting a Romulan heavy cruiser to be able to handle that, but apparently not. Who's left? It's just you two? Yeah, we got him. The second Fed campaign didn't have many drone racks. Yeah, I didn't think I did. No, wait, no, the carriers did have drone racks. We just didn't have much use of them because it was only 2. And we mostly relied on our fighters. A no heavy weapon campaign, it can be done. It's basically a Coast Guard campaign. We could try it. Came back here for reasons of, well, I thought I needed to do it, but no, I'm gonna have to resupply. Actually, Shipyard, what do you got? What do you got for me, Shipyard? Anything cool? Anything fun? No. No, the shipyards are being very boring these days. They're not producing anything of interest. So let's see how much cash this is going to cost me. 119. So we spend about 150 every time we go to port just to restock. Although it looks like I'm losing a lot more than that, because I was at 4,000. Klingon campaign where you use commando ships to capture ships, and you take on the hydrants. Are you trying to get me killed? No, that would be pretty cool too. I do figure that we're going to start doing like weird modifiers like that by about Series 4. Because Series 1 was the first just run-through of it, and we did pretty much classic enemies. Series 2 is basically the alternative universe version, because we're taking on all the people we didn't take on in Series 1. Series 3, I want to make it so we're doing the Empire at War campaigns, because we have them in Orion Pirates, so we may as well play them. And then Series 4 would be when we really started mess with weird things. But in the middle of it, yeah, we could do things like no drone racks or commando ships. That'd be actually pretty interesting. Alright, so we are currently squaring off against what appears to be a light cruiser. I figured a whole bunch of other... Wait, was that 2 light cruisers? It was 2 light cruisers. One of those is a heavy war destroyer, but you're an actual light cruiser. Yeah, it's a... this is a K5, or... Yeah, it's an F5. It's a heavy F5. Do you have an extra... I'm curious about that. No, he does not have an extra nacelle. We know that this one does, or at least he should. No, he doesn't. Huh. I'm completely wrong in all this. Although we are taking on what appears to be Klingons. Also for Series 4, Lyran X destroyer fleet to take on the world. Yeah, the problem with that is you gotta get to it. So, I have no problems fielding an entire fleet of X-type destroyers. They're awesome. But it's gonna take a little time for the clock to actually march on to X-series destroyers. I do, after all, like to start in the early era. Mainly so I can just, like, play around with all the weird ships that just do not work. Before all of the shipyards start getting into their head that, no, this is how you actually build starships. Federation especially falls foul of that one. It's like, hey, let's put on 4 photon torpedoes onto the ship. Okay, now let's make a leader version that has 2 or 4 photon torpedoes and a pair of plasma torpedoes. Are we going to upgrade the reactors? Only by about 2 points of power. Yeah, that was a great idea. Seriously, the entire Federation DD line is weird. Once I start getting into the War Destroyers, Federation War Destroyers are fantastic. But until that hits, the Federation DD line is just a mess. Oh, I forgot that we're traveling at the same speed as our missiles. The Battle Raker. So nail him with a couple things. I was hoping to stun his point defense system. It did not happen. Which means he is going to be very much alive. What are you equipped with? You also have an anti-missile defense system. You're going to make my life difficult, aren't you? Well, maybe I will pass over you just in time to dump everything on W. He's going to have a very short period of time where he can engage. Of course, he can back that up with a lot of phaser firepower. Wow. Saying the Feds had an orc period? They had a very poor idea of how you actually build starships, period. That's really the best way to put it, because they look at a starship and they say, this is the best way to destroy an enemy starship if we look on paper and just compare numbers to numbers. And so, that's why I always go for the NCL instead of the DD or CA just to skip the lights. Yeah. So when the Federation designs their combat ships, they say, okay, how do I build a combat ship? Well, we want the same firepower as a heavy cruiser, but we don't need all the extra support systems that a heavy cruiser would need, because, you know, technically the Constellation is kind of an exploration ship. This guy's taking all of my time. So, like, okay, let's make a constitution, but we'll take out the secondary hall and all the science labs and stuff, and we'll make it purely designed for war. And that's where the Federation DD starts from. And then they say, I don't want to lose any of the firepower of the Constitution class, which is a bit of a weird thing to order. Because the destroyer just does not have the firepower to compete on, or does not have the energy to support that kind of firepower. So you end up with a ship that really doesn't have the reactors and has so many guns on it that you literally can't move and charge your weapon systems. Like, in the fluff, most destroyer captains end up just shutting off half of their photon torpedoes because they just can't manage it. Ah, crap, this is gonna get rough. One of the ships has just gone active. It's these point defense systems, man. They're just devastating my missile volleys. Like, how am I supposed to kill them quickly if I can hit them with missiles? We've been saying that we've needed to get into a different style of ship for a little while now. This may push me into it because look at that. I mean, they just deleted my entire weapons. But yeah, so the Federation destroyer is just terrible because it comes out of the idea of bureaucrats designing ships and not actually understanding. No, just because you put a lot of guns on it doesn't mean that it's going to be powerful. The Federation destroyer is just terrible. Actually, ran a Starfleet Command 1 campaign where I was able to overload the photon torpedoes on the destroyer. Yeah, you can do that if you sit still, but you can't maneuver while doing it, and that's kind of the problem. It's like, well, congratulations, you have a lot of firepower. Now what? Because you can't use the firepower. That becomes your big problem. At speed 8? No way. I don't believe you. Not at speed 8. Charging all photons? Were you also charging your phaser capacitor at the same time? Because that would be the main thing that's going to stop you, because it's got 6 phaser 1s, which on a destroyer in the early era is insane. And yep, they're getting really active now. How many missiles do you have? Oh yeah, you're the four missile guy. I'd love to kill this guy with missiles. Unfortunately, the Raver has just fantastic anti-missile defense systems. Phaser capacitor at half charge? Yeah, that makes sense then. Still, 8 is pretty impressive. Come on! Stop stopping my... Like, I know what I'm doing wrong here. Like, I know how... the reason why this isn't working. But what else can I do? Also, I may have set it up so that... no, that'll guarantee a hit. That'll be 10 damage on, at least. I think I'm out of missiles. I've got 6 left. How about the ready rack for the Cs? Nope. C racks are empty. Yeah, because that's a potential 64 damage should everything hit. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's fantastic on paper. And if you look at it from the perspective of a Federation bureaucrat, they're going to say, well, we've just given our fleet commanders one of the most powerful, cost-effective ships out there. Look at how much damage it can do. And then any captain who has half a brain is going to say, but it can't move. And the bureaucrat's just going to say, well, you have the firepower, you don't need to. To which any Federation captain is again going to go, I'm a destroyer who can't move. The FFB is superior to the DDs. Now, is that the one with the drone rack, or just the 2 photon torpedoes? Because it's definitely a lot cheaper. 300 prestige for that one. We'll top off on supplies again. Looks like House of Korgath is out here? Seriously? House of Korgath, you are on the wrong side of the galaxy right now. We are at war with Korgath, too. I think we're at war with all the pirate cartels. So that, and then reload missiles. Spending so much on missiles. We should probably knock them down to phase 2s. Are we really getting a ton out of the fact that we keep fast missiles? I don't think so. Of course it would be an anomaly mission. Why wouldn't it be an anomaly mission? The FFB is a battle frigate with 3 drone racks? Oh, with 3 photons a drone rack and 6 phaser 1s. Yeah, but that's not early era though, is it? I don't think the FFBs are early era then, if that's their armament, because the Federation goes to the 3 photon torpedo rig for the destroyers in what, the mid to late era? When they start working on war destroyers? Because that ends up becoming the primary Federation war destroyer setup. You've got 3 photon torpedoes and like 6 phaser 1s, and then you throw on 1 additional heavy weapon pack. And they're really good. I mean, I love Federation heavy war destroyers. They're fantastic ships. But they don't show up till much later once the Federation gets its head out of its butt. Made before the WDD? WDD? What is a WDD? I do not know. We got the Babylon with us, who is single plasma torpedo, and the Connectio. I didn't realize you could do the anomaly mission with multiple ships. Wait, no, I've done this before. I mean, in crashed anomaly missions, so that may happen. We got a freighter who's probably armed with plasma torpedoes. We got a PT-3 who I'm going to ignore, and an FLRG who is, if I'm not mistaken, basically useless. War destroyers? Well, I thought, when I think war destroyer, I think HWDs, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, it pioneers the triple photon. No, that's cool. Yeah, once the Federation starts like actually putting combat commanders in charge of whoever designs their weapon ships, they start coming up with some really good designs. The battlecruiser line is a bit mediocre, but for destroyers and definitely battleships, they do a good job with. The FBB, or the Federation battleship, is amazing. We've actually taken out a lot of ships with just an FBB. Alright, what do you got? I'm fairly certain you're a point defense one. Yep. Saw that one coming. Not this one. Now, my favorite destroyer, honestly, is the DWG, the Guided Weapons Destroyer, which basically takes one of those photon torpedo racks, rips it out, and replaces it with a drone launcher. Because, like, you don't have a power problem anymore because you no longer have power required out of this heavy weapon. It's a great compromise, because you keep the photon torpedoes for that long-range flexibility, sustainability firepower. The BB is the most balanced heavy-to-phaser ratio. It's 12 or 16 phaser ones, I forget. Where's my enemy? You're over here. You're gonna die. You're done for. And you're just a phaser boat. Okay, let's go. Yeah, the Federation battleship is really solid. There's just not a lot that's wrong with it. It even goes pretty fast. Like, one of the reasons why I explicitly avoided the battleship when I was doing the Season 10 was because I figured it would be too slow. But after having done it in skirmishes, I kind of regret doing that, because the battleship is actually quite quick and maneuverable. And when it comes in with its phasers, it's absolutely astonishing. Okay, you're dead. I can now focus on you. I hate anomaly missions. It's like, just sit here and wait. Hey, I was able to shoot down most of those missiles. You're not dead. That's disappointing. I'm going to send those your way, and that should kill you. If not, call me. It's got the best turn class of the BBs for all the faction. Really? I would have figured that the Klingons would have the best one, but I suppose the B-11 is just a level above all other battleships. The Marak battleship is not sluggish when it comes to low-range acceleration. It's actually got pretty good there. Let's start seeing if I can bait out your... Oh, I did it with one. That's interesting. Pardon me, there's something caught in my throat, and I've been trying to dislodge it all morning. Turn class 4 compared to every other BB being turn class 5? Wow! Who would have thought that the Federation would make something nimble? Like, they've always been solid, but they've never been amazing. I don't have any phasers to follow up. Yeah, we're about to take you. So, decent turn class, some fantastic redundancy, good shields, and probably one of the best phaser armaments of all the battleships. Yeah, the Federation BB is really nice. Yeah, like I said, during the Romulan campaign, I kind of regret not getting it because I didn't realize just how quick and nimble it would be. Especially compared to things like the, whatchamacallits, the X-type heavy cruisers. The fact that an X-type heavy cruiser cannot recharge its photon torpedoes in the middle of battle is kind of annoying. Like, it can, you've got to knock down the phaser ranking, but it's not as easy as I think it should be. It's not as balanced as it should be. I almost would suggest ripping out 2 of the heavy photon torpedoes just for energy purposes. Because it's got things like heavy phasers and Gatling phasers and X phasers and heavy photon torpedoes, and by the end of the fight you only end up using those phasers because you want to keep the speed up and the maneuverability. Because it is pretty nimble. I mean, it's a nice ship. Alright, so we got a single random frigate way out here. What do we got? Oh, medical supplies. Or the Venus drug, depending on which mission briefing that you read. So we'll swoop in here, beam out the stuff, and swoop on. Yeah, we've got to get into a different ship kind of soon. Mainly because, well... Oh, I think it's an empty map. How cute. So nobody showed up to stop us from stealing this. So, yoink! Phasers. We're done. We are not good people. Running the pirate factions. Yeah, we definitely have to get into a different ship, mainly to show off more weapon systems. Just a pure drone setup. Really? There was nobody there. Just a pure drone setup is kind of boring. So I'd like to get into something a little bit more impressive. But, actually no, we're at 2290, so we should start seeing X-Type stuff. Should quickly check that. I don't think there's any X-Type heavy cruisers. Federation BB has 16 phaser X's and a triple phaser G mount. Yeah, that sounds about right. I thought it was 16. Or 12. But I'm pretty sure 16's right. And it's got the 10 photon torpedoes, 8 forward, 2 aft. I think the pirates show us the med supply drugs. Oh, it's one of those special missions. One of the storyline missions that comes up early on for the pirate factions that is just designed to brutally kill you. It explicitly says, oh, you're coming to pick up the Venus drug off of this thing, and then it ends up being an Enigma mission like that. So it doesn't look like we have access to any of the X-Type anythings yet, which is kind of disappointing, because I kind of wanted them. Yeah. So maybe it's not going to be until, like, 2300, which would be kind of annoying to go 10 more years without them. What's the most expensive ship on the lot right now? It's a BC-3, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 2 photons, 1 S, 2 missile rack Cs. Lyrans and Hydrons carry 14 phaser X's. The Hydrons carry 2 phaser G2 mounts. Yeah, the G2s are terrifying. Romulans, Gorn, and Klingons hold 20 phaser X's? Really? The Romulan King Condor has 20 phaser X's? I'm not sure I believe that. I mean, we can check that later, but that seems high. That seems very high. Romulan dreadnoughts Romulan everything tends to skimp on phasers. Although the B-11 definitely, I can understand why that might have so many phasers. It's just huge. It's a class above everybody else. Heck, half the ship is better than half a fleet. Okay, that's not quite true. That's obvious hyperbole, but still. So we're being escorted, I think, by the Romulans this time. Yeah, we got the Snipe, which is the Tonitrus, and an FLP. The Redemptio. The Redemptio is such a derpy name. Let's come over here, and I think I'm going to prep a scatter pack just in case we might be able to get something out of it. And we've got Random Ending Pirate Heavy Cruiser. So I think it was a double raider. Let's make him stop. Send missiles out. Snipes are useless. Snipes are not useless. He's got a phaser Gatling. He's basically a pseudo-frigate. He's less powerful than some pseudo-frigates. Oh, you little... let's see if they'll hit. No lock. But we got impact with 2 missiles, maybe. I forgot. They have cloaking devices. Well, actually, no, I didn't forget. I didn't know. How could I possibly know a pirate would have a cloaking device? Yes, I understand we're in Romulan space, but still... They don't exactly tell us those things. It'd be nice if we could actually, like, see the cloaking system and nuke it or something. B-10 has 16 phasers. The B-10 has 14. Oh, the B-10K. Which one is the diplomacy ones? I thought those were the K suffix. Like the D7K. Wasn't it the diplomatic cruiser? Or is K the commando version? You're not evading those ones this time. So he is equipped with basically nothing. He's got 2 disruptors and a whole bunch of phasers. This is really pathetic, actually. So he's about as useless as a snipe as a heavy cruiser. Oh, we've got an OPE over here. Oh, so we've got a... Who's the carrier? The In-Law Troubles. Of course it'd be In-Law Troubles, especially after Thanksgiving. D7K is considered a heavy command cruiser, one below the C7. Okay. I didn't think N was the suffix for negotiation then. But it might be. Probably is. Hi, I'm holding on to you. I forgot that I was going to do this, but hey, since we're here, we may as well. Yes, be the 2 in the time I set up that tracker beam. And now, I had forgotten that we were planning to hold on to him. Monarch gets a G2 upgrade? Yes. For some of the mounts, yeah. Wait, does it? Yeah, the Monarch X, maybe? Oh, shouldn't have done that. Wait, his shuttle bay was destroyed. What, did he blow it up trying to get out? Cloaking device on a disruptor ship that isn't Klingon. Yeah, it's a pretty bad idea. It's like, congratulations, you have disruptors and you can cloak. What's your plan? The Monarch X gets G2s. Oh, we'll have to try that sometime. G2s are just a laugh every time you use them. There's nothing wrong with the G2 ever, so long as it's yours. Oh, you grabbed both of them. Now I'm going to have to bombard you with missiles. At least your anti-missile defense system is down, so this will work. And missiles. More missiles. Wow, you have a lot of them. Wasn't enough to save you, but you had a lot of them. In-law Troubles appears to be kicking the butt of whoever was up there. I think it was... Yeah, he killed the freighter. Where is his fighter squadron? There we go. Do G3s actually exist in Starfleet battles? Because I know for a fact they do not exist in this game. Because that would be fun. An even more powerful Gatling phaser. Snipe, now is your time. Take on these fighters. Demonstrate who is the superior suit of frigate. He tried. His shields held. I mean, there is that going for him. Hi, I have a lot of poor defense systems. You no longer exist. Alright, so we got a light cruiser way at distance. Let's open fire. Let's see what he's got. We'll figure it out. We'll have some fun with him. And we'll increase the speed of time since we are way the heck away from him, and it's going to take us a little while. G3s don't exist, but they would probably be like phaser 4s. Oh, okay. And dump your wild weasel right now. Or you could not and just take the hit. I'm okay with that. Hey, we got holes through. You're not going to be able to defend yourself much longer. I'm going to overcome the point of that system. You leave it. Oh, I didn't time it right. I hit the wrong button. Gatling Phaser 4, dear God. Yep. Now that would be a fun time now, wouldn't it? Aw, you shot down my missiles. Not cool, buddy. You gotta stop doing that. They're my missiles. Also, you have 4 nacelles, which technically, under the ruling of nacelles equals power, you probably have more than me. Gatling Phaser 4 versus a Borg cutting beam. I'm gonna go with the Borg cutting beam. Just because, well, that's what, 200 years later? 150 years later? So not quite on the same level. Just to be at a bit of a wet blanket there. Heavy Phaser 4s are probably at the point in TNG of being just like, you know, point defense phasers. It kind of feels that way. We're out of missiles. Do I have a scatter pack? I thought I'd made one. I did! Am I going to use it? No. Not until I blow up his point defense system entirely, and by that point he's probably going to be dead to phaser fire. Yep. Screw it. We're going to do it anyway. Because it's funny. Scatter packs are a lot of fun. Of course he grabs like every single one of them. Turn off the tractor beam. You're rooting the show, sir. There we go. What would an anti-proton beam be like in Starfleet Command? I don't know, but just judging by the name, I would instinctively want to make it the same thing as a fusion lance. I have no idea what an anti-proton beam is, though. At least I don't recall what it actually did. Shipyard, anything cool yet? Like, anything cool? No. Never anything cool to Shipyard. They're hiding them from us. They don't want us to have lots of fun in Dreadnoughts. Although, to be fair, a Pirate Dreadnought probably costs around 8,000, so we're not quite there on that level. Patrol. Anti-proton beams are like phasers made of antimatter particle beams. Interesting. That could get very ugly very quickly. And we have a Super Hawk, which has the unfortunate initials of SUK, and I don't think the Romulans have quite figured it out yet. And we have a Firehawk, the Super Buyer. Hey, that's not a Firehawk, that's got a Mauler. But it has FHK, which makes you think Firehawk. So let's kick up the pace. Get on into battle. And yeah. Where is the enemy, though? That is the real question. There he is. Oh, it's an FT1, really? Are you the only thing out here? I mean, I'm not going to complain if you are, but just... yeah. Yeah, it's just an FT1. So this ought to be short. I suppose he could be equipped with plasma torpedoes, but from what I've seen out of Prime Industries, they tend to seem to put disruptors on their ships for some reason. Single missile launcher. Okay. I'm not even going to bother slowing down the speed of time. We're just going to whip through him and use our phases to crush him. You could use a Mauler for maximum range, too, or you could have killed him with one Mauler shot. That would have been way more entertaining. What if there's pirate Maulers? Maybe the weapon that the Andromedans use? SUK isn't a Superhawk. Superhawks have Rs. So what is SUK then? Because I'm fairly certain SUK is the only one that has super in the name. Max Mauler range is best? Yeah, sure it is. We'll go with that. When you can get 2 times battery damage, we're going to fight you at maximum range. Why would you ever get to close range? SHK? Is there an SHK? We can check it. We can definitely check it just before we switch over to RogueTech. After all, RogueTech's going to take a little while to actually load up. So, in fact, that's probably what I'll do. I'll start loading up RogueTech, and then I'll keep playing this until it's fully ready. Are we still with everybody? No, we got a whole new group. We got the Morte and the Flamma Acceptor. Pirates should be able to scrap together ships you capture and use the hulls to build bigger ships. That would definitely be an interesting approach. It'd be really nice, though, just as an initial for something that could happen in-game, is if we could get more models. Like have... Well, people have pointed out Andorian and Vulcan-style ships. The big X-type ship that's in TNG, I'd love to see that as some kind of vessel. Ferengi Marauders definitely would be awesome. That's a Romulan ship with 2 AMD racks. What? No plasma D? I will check on it. No, the Flamma Scepter is just a standard freighter. My missiles were better than your missiles. Yeah, Flamma Scepter is just a standard, standard freighter design. It is a PT-2R. So it may be owned by the Romulans, but they bought it wholesale. Probably from the Federation, honestly. Federation has the largest merchant marine in the game. But yeah, fleshing out pirate gameplay would be interesting. Mainly because the pirate factions are really kind of, in my opinion, uninteresting because their ships kind of suck. They really do. Like, pirate vessels, ton for ton, are less than their normal faction counterparts. Romulus trying to buy things from the Federation. Hey, this is a slightly different universe than what we see in the original series. Gotta keep that in mind always. After all, the Federation trades with everybody in this game. Even the people they're at war with, probably. Oh, Destruction. You chose a very bold name. I would not have selected it myself. Nevertheless, I was absolutely confident that I would be able to take down whoever I fought. Like, the Federation trade with the Klingons in this game. You gotta keep that in mind. One of the ways that the Klingons try and get around a whole bunch of treaties is they claim that all of their, like, heavy cruisers and stuff... No. They're survey and trading vessels. And then they just activate them and, hey, this is actually a heavy cruiser. Was it Starfleet or Star Trek Armada, where every single Klingon ship is armed? It's a good name for a ship. Yeah, I suppose if you're looking to label for what was going to happen to him, it was a perfectly adequate name. Let's head off over here. Supplies. Give me more supplies before I invade you more. Just raiding our political enemies. MET-17 Patrol. We're pirates, so we should have a pirate faction by the end of it, so it should scan us just fine. And it's 2291. Does anybody know when Pirate X Series type destroyers and stuff start coming out? Because that's when the good stuff starts happening. Like, pirate heavy cruisers kind of suck. Pirate dreadnoughts, compared to other dreadnoughts, also suck, but as heavy cruisers, they're okay. Hey, we've got our the Lunas Duo once again, as well as the Super Buyer. We're back with our old friends. We'll increase the speed of time. Are we actually going to fight somebody, or is it just going to be another pathetic... Well, yeah, I suppose a heavy cruiser, or a heavy carrier will do. Pirates get up... Yes, they do. They get X-type destroyers. At least the Beast Raiders do. So... We, during the end of our pirate campaign, we ended up getting a Beast Raiders pirate. I didn't realize we could control 2 salvos. I thought for a fact we couldn't. I mistimed that very slightly. Oh, we have a lot of missiles. I fired that missile at the wrong target. But that's okay. because he's gonna die. Just keep the missiles flowing. Victory will come. Hey, your shields are almost gone. More shields off. Yeah, at the end of the Beast Raiders campaign that we did for Season 9, we ended up just getting into an X-type destroyer, and we just bought a whole bunch of them. And that was our fleet. Because we couldn't be bothered trying to get much larger and more powerful vessels. Just over time, they become annoyingly useless compared to everything that they'll run into from the enemy. Because once the X era is in full swing, pirate vessels are just getting spanked left, right, and center. So, I don't think they're available just yet. Probably not. But they are what we're going to be hoping to get eventually. Just because, well, most pirate ships suck. We are doing quite well, though, despite that. Although I am going to drop down the cost of my missiles. We're going down to mediums. Oh, and the cost goes way down. To be fair, we didn't fire everything, but still. And we'll pick up the one shuttle that we used up. Oh, it's a convoy raid, why not? Jump on top of that convoy and knock it out completely. Prevent Prime Industries from supporting itself. Are we in a chase position, or is this... This is a long chase position, jeez. BCH is a heavy battlecruiser? Technically, yeah. But it's not equipped like a battlecruiser. Like, pirate ships are all slightly undergunned compared to their normal counterpart. So yeah, we are equipped like a drone cruiser, but we are technically a heavy battlecruiser. Because it's the same kind of style as the Federation battlecruisers, where you've got the multiple types all on the same hull. So we're a BCH-2, I think, which is different from the BCH-3 and 1, and I don't think there's a 4. Oh, we gotta chase a convoy down, and we're a drone ship, and I just recently re-equipped with slow missiles. Well, slower missiles. Sometimes the game is not kind to you. So we're just gonna run here at full speed. It would be nice if we had an ally, but apparently not. Oh, hi. You're the one who came out to meet us, huh? Please die. It's got a speed of 30, which is pretty impressive. Hi, phasers. And you have a lot of point defense. You still have a lot of point defense. So my only chance is that... Yeah, that's pretty impressive, actually. So that's not going to happen. Let's get in here and start knocking people out. Let's go shield reinforcement to the max. Hi, phasers. More phasers. There we go, first one down. Second one is probably going to take a little bit more firepower, and don't get in front of it because he's got plasma torpedoes and that would suck. C-Rack. C-Rack. Okay, he's bold. He doesn't care that he's getting shot at by missiles. And that took him out. Okay. How about you? Are you going to care about a pair of missiles heading towards you? Or are you going to freak out? You do not care. Just what I like to see. Fire all weapons. Aw, I had a small amount of hope that he wouldn't have it. Seriously, your actual freighters, dude, are better armed than yours. It's probably a bit of a problem. Alright, we got 3 of the freighters. How many are left? But you're up in front, so you've got to go die first. So we've got the there. Actually, I'm going to turn around. And you. And all the remaining on you. Target you. Oh, you did panic fire. And I didn't need those missiles. Okay. So yeah, pirate heavy cruisers definitely a lot weaker than normal ones. It is a bit of a problem. But they're not really designed to actually fight mainline factions. They're meant to do their own little thing. Which, to be fair, is reasonable, but it's a little bit weird when you're trying to fight a war using pirate vessels. Because they don't really represent how the pirates are supposed to operate. He's got a single point defense system left. That took him. Probably almost out of ammo with that one. Yeah, as much as I'd like to get into a different heavy cruiser, there's really nothing that attracts my eye. Also, they're all pretty... Well, no, that's part of it. Not attracting my eyes. They're all pretty pathetic. They just do not have a lot of firepower behind them. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, is just raw firepower or something. These dreadnoughts probably won't show up at any point, although they would be very nice to have. An Oberyn-class dreadnought would be equipped with 10 missile launchers. We're actually going to try and avoid that one, purely because we're already using missiles, and missiles are starting to lose their flavor a little bit, because everybody's starting to equip anti-missile defense systems. And with only 60 missiles, that's really not enough missiles to win a war. Diplomatic delivery. We're going to send somebody. He's either going to blow himself up once he hits the planet, or we're going to negotiate a peace. At some point, they will be ours. So, conference planet off in the corner, and we've got a friendly little heavy cruiser. The Gorn are getting in our way on this one. Well, that's not fair. That's a medium cruiser. That could be relatively dangerous. By relatively, I mean quite dangerous. We're just going to set up one of these and one of these. While we're on the scatter pack, we'll be ready to dump them on people and utterly annihilate them. Hopefully. And our only friend is a conference planet with point-blank range weaponry. And as much as it'd be fun to crash him into the planet, the speed at which we'd have to do that before he knocked off our tractor beam would be too high to avoid hitting the planets ourselves. Can't probe. We have no probes. Unfortunately, most pirate ships, except for the X-pirate ships, do not have probes. I think that's an oversight from the mod maker. And going into fixing all of that, well, there's like 8,000 ships in total. Not quite half of those would be pirates. Probably like a quarter, maybe. So, yeah, 2,000 entities would be a little bit much to work with. Why am I playing pirates? Because you guys voted on it. That's literally the reason why. Because the ISC campaign ended because we were increasing the defense of the planet we were attacking for some reason, and we couldn't figure it out. So we switched to a new campaign, and we asked what did everybody want to see, and everybody voted for pirates. That's why we're playing pirates. So you can blame the community. Although now that the Saturday stream seems to prune out a lot of people, it's a nice, more tight-knit, intimate affair. And so, yeah. Maybe voting will go more along the lines, because you are one of 4 people. 25% of the community is you right now, Neutrino. Oops, I fired a bit early. Did not mean to do that. Are you not going to turn in on me, or what? You do have a... Oh, so you're a pseudo-frigate tender. That's cute. With a whole bunch of missiles. He's basically engulfed in a ring of fire. By ring of fire, I mean 12 missiles. But still, oh crap, I think I timed it wrong. They're all going to hit at the same time. Oh well. Completely wasted salvo. Yep. It was a beautifully set up assault, don't get me wrong. I mean, that was gorgeous. Unfortunately, we managed to launch it all on the same target. Come on, get their missiles out. 2 more missiles. Alright, there we go. That's a nice little salvo. And I think it's going to miss the pseudo-frigates, and that'll be good. There'll be 2 salvos on. He'll shoot down probably half of them. He might tractor 2 more, and we'll get a couple of through. And our next follow-up should be able to kill him. We are going to hopefully destroy him before his pseudo-frigates can get into play, because they're moderately terrifying. Wow, he held on to half of them. Okay, so more than half of them. I forgot, pseudo-frigate tender. He can handle a lot of these. Okay, C-Rex, we're going to have to do some point defense. And you. And I don't think I have enough missiles. Actually, no, I do. I absolutely do. More missiles off on you. You're dead, and you're dead. And this is the greatest reason why C-Rex exist, because you can just delete a pseudo-frigate if it's not paying attention. Which, they're not. Although, look at all the missiles he's currently holding on to. Is that not slightly ridiculous? Oh, he's scrapping the missiles I launched at the pseudo-frigate tender. How many are you holding on to? Oh no, he's shooting them down steadily, but still. That's moderately ridiculous. We're ready to dump more missiles on top of him. This might get through, I think, hopefully. As long as he didn't shoot down the ones he's holding on to. He has way too many tractors for me to feel comfortable with. Although he has wasted pretty much all of his phaser or his plasma torpedo firepower. How many are you going to hold? Every single one of them. Because he is just balling like that. Hi. Got some hits on through. I need to get some Marines involved if I want to ever get through that. You seriously fired a plasma torpedo at me? Are you joking right now, or what? How many missiles I got left? Not many. But I should be able to outrun these. Let's not hit... I'm entering a dust cloud, but I don't see the actual alert, so it's just a random dust cloud in the middle of space. That's interesting. No phasers currently cycling ready to go yet, so we're just going to go on against him. I do not like the fact that you have 2 plasma torpedoes. It's not cool. You are a tiny little thing. You should not be able to be defeated. Oh, it was a fake. That works out. That works out quite nicely. So go and laugh at my missile spam attempts? Clearly they do. Clearly they have no fear for what I do. Although really it's more the fact that he's a pseudo-frigate tender. Pseudo-frigate tenders are amazing when it comes to point defense, just because of that. That is the one thing they've got going for them. You don't have plasma torpedoes ready to go, which is nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a hole to get through and operate. Hi. Can I kill him? No. This is a bit of a problem. I do not like fighting in the middle of this. This is kind of scary, actually. And this is gonna hurt. Oh, it was a fake. Again with the fake out. Really? Just these little pseudo-frigates lying to me. Lying to me all over the place. Come on, get some more phaser fire out so I can get through. I need to beam more people on board that ship, too, to completely knock out his point defense system. It ain't the phasers that's causing the problem. That should be a fake, because your weapons were completely uncharged. It was a fake, and I forgot to shut my weapons off. Let's shut this down, because I don't need it. And you look like you have charged plasma torpedoes, which is not safe. It's very not safe. Worst comes to worst, we can double wild weasel. I prefer not to have to, but if you're going to be this close to me, I'm going to have to kill you. The defense system's not operating. That's not great. And can I just curl around to his back? No, he's going to deliberately try to avoid that. Oh, come on. That angle was good. Let's patch stuff, make sure that we don't break everything. Got to keep the missile launchers themselves online. That's important for the actual final follow-up. Hi. Yeah, you're cute and all, but please die. Screw it, we're gonna waste a whistle for it. Die now. Where's the other Gorn Interceptor? I don't want to have to deal with you anymore. You're dead as well. Okay, now let's focus on him, now that I've only got 2 missiles left in my fast racks. Which means we get 1 salvo and then we're done.
Repairing warp drive.
Patch the warp drive, come over here, maximize electronic countermeasures, which we hadn't been using prior to this for reasons. And I'll come in nice and close, cut through that forward shield. Marines? Marines go? Oh yeah, I looked away from it and therefore it no longer works. There we go. Marines have gone. They have not destroyed the target. Our pirates are inferior to the lizard people.
Repairing warp drive.
That's what I'm getting out of this one. Curiosity, I do have a cloaking device. It looks like I have a cloaking device. So we're going to deflect that with no problems. I need to knock down your shields again so I can beam more people over. Phasers. Beam more people over, please. Are we not ready to, or something? I've got 33 Marines on board. I'd like them to be used. Yeah, that's gonna hurt him. Did you kill it yet? You still haven't killed it. Seriously? What is this ship and why is it alive? That's the real question we're asking here. We're going to come back around, and as soon as it's out, we can launch our missiles on him. But until it's still, as long as it's still active, it can hold the entire salvo on its own. So there's no sense in firing the missiles until that's gone. Which, unfortunately, is taking a remarkable amount of time. And he's got a plasma torpedo ready to go, which is not grand. Patch the engines, fix the missile launcher, and just make sure everything on the ship works. Did we get it? Is it actually gone? Now I can't launch because he's behind a mine. Phasers, engage. Yeah, you tell me, Smoking Husk, and yet I still see that piece of equipment is there. Are you lying to me, Marine Captain? Do you think that's going to actually get you a raise or something on the ship? Nobody gets a raise on this ship. Not even I get raises on the ship. Why is the massive ball of armor alive? No, I'm asking why the single piece of equipment is on. There we go. I can understand a Gorn ship surviving. What I don't understand is how that gosh darn tractor beam survived so many so many marine assaults. I figured that after the third time or so it would finally be gone, but it was not. Alrighty, let's cruise on in home at this point. And we're going to set up on the conference bot. I'm actually going to click that, and hopefully we don't smash into the planet. In fact, I'm going to very, very carefully do this. Start to slow down. Transporter, send him over. Excellent. Whoops. Keep this up. Still working way through it. Hi, Sean. Well, guess what? We're about to start. Like, just about now, actually. We're finishing up our pirate campaign here right now for today, and for the next hour of the stream, we're going to be playing RogueTech. So you've decided to come at a perfect time. So, Sean, welcome to the stream. So, for those of you who are here for Starfleet Command, we are ending that for now. And we're going to be moving on to RogueTech. Oh, did I not beam him over? Apparently not. I thought I had. Beam over. Okay, there we go. So for those of you who have been here for Starfleet Command, we're going to stop playing that. And we're going to be moving on to playing RogueTech with the stream. And this will be our first time doing RogueTech. So we'll be generating a whole new campaign from scratch. You guys are going to help me do it. And all three of you. And we're going to have a little bit of a good time with it. So we're going to go into... we may as well check the shipyard just one last time as we zip on through. Still nothing. Seriously, why didn't you not give me cool things, game? I think I deserve them. I have killed many enemies. Surely I deserve all the cool ships. And we're just going to top ourselves off real quick. How many Marines did we end up going through? Wow. We went through 15 Marines. That's 5 assaults on that tractor beam. That is more than a little ridiculous. The amount of firepower we put that tractor beam under is almost stupid. Alright, so let me just check to make sure that RogueTech has finished. I think it has. So we will go to save this. And we did want to check one thing. I can't remember what it was, though. Oh, yeah, Superhawks. That's the last thing we're going to check. And you can now hear the RogueTech theme playing in the background. Or Battletech theme. We just need to quickly check through and see what the heck the Superhawk is labeled as. And this should take about 6 years because there's 1,000,000,010 heavy cruisers for the Romulans. There's a lot of heavy cruisers for every single race, but Romulans have a lot. Ha! Eat crow, Neutrino. Superhawk, SUK. I win. Alright, so now that we've figured out and established that I know this game better than Neutrino does, and Neutrino actually, I do believe, really plays Starfleet battles, so you know I love you. Alright, so that's going to be the end of our Starfleet Command series. And now we're going to move on to RogueTech. I'll go quickly change a couple of options here because I can. And also we need to update what the stream is now playing. And I should probably put a link to RogueTech there, but I'll do that later because this was a little bit impromptu. I was not quite planning on doing this until I finally decided I was going to do. Battletech 2018. We have just changed what the stream is about. RogueTech is hard. Just lost a Stalker, a Bushwhacker, a Centurion, and a Trebuchet in a total defeat against 3 Lances. No pilots died, but your campaign might be over. Never give up. I thought my campaign was over after we lost our 4th mech. Alrighty. So let's set up a brand new campaign. Do we want to change any special options? Sean, you're probably going to be in the driver's seat on this one purely because most of the other people here are pretty quiet. They're very mild-mannered. They don't like to get too involved with things. Very chill. So obviously skip prologue is automatically on. We're not going to Iron Man because that causes things to be weird sometimes. Unequipped mechs. I like the fact that we get some stuff. I think that's a cool feature that we do get a few things out of it. We'll go with the 5 parts. Starting planet is mercenary because it's random, unless you guys have a specific planet you want to start on. Hey, Sean, where do you think we should start in the galaxy? It's a big galaxy. Basically, selecting one of these options will determine what your starter mech is. And let me actually bring up the RogueTech wiki to see what that would be. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. Sean, you're going to be intimately involved in this one. So, planets. Maybe that'll help me. Starting planets. Perfect. So, there's a lot of starting planets, and we can start with things like Blackjacks, Hunchbacks, Enforcers, Wolverines, Centaurians, Vindicators, Stormcrows if we pick the clans, which I think the Stormcrow is actually in-game now. Except clans are really hard to start, so I'd like to kind of not do a clan campaign. You can get a Thunderbolt as a starter? Really? That seems ridiculous. But apparently it's something you can do. Rosselhog? What is Planet Rosselhog? Scroll down, QR. Oh, apparently it's not in alphabetical order. Where is Rosselhog on the list? There it is. Now the question becomes... Ooh, I don't think it's on the list, so we're gonna find out together what Rosselhog is, apparently. Yeah, because it's not on the wiki. We will find out. Give yourself more money. No, that would be unfair. You gotta have a bit low on money. The game's doing the thing again. It does not like to scroll for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Mech plan. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's make it normal on mech-based speed so we're not quite as penalized for messing up in the early game. Quick armor. I'll go monthly payment normal. We're going to make this a little bit chill. Let's start that. So I don't know what planet Rosselhog will be. That'll actually kind of interesting. Normally I would just start on the normal mercenary planet, which I believe is Galatia, and that's a totally random start. So once the RogueTech wiki gets updated, we'll know what that is, but we can update it for us because we're starting here. But yeah, if we had chosen clans, I believe the Stormcrow was an option, but again, didn't want to do clans just because the clan start is actually really hard, because suddenly it's throwing massive lances your way, and that's kind of not fun. Like, some people might find that kind of thing fun, but personally, I would rather start out just a little bit slower. So with any luck, we'll actually do okay. I was really surprised at the actual RogueTech stream, or the normal campaign that we're doing, that we actually managed to survive. Because losing that fourth mech so early on, heck, losing the Phoenix Hawk early on, I thought we were done for. But we actually did manage to drag that one through. Those who come for Starfleet Command stay for RogueTech. Yeah, I actually would encourage you, if you only came for Starfleet Command, hang around for RogueTech. It's a different game. It's definitely a turn-based strategy game versus, you know, the real-time strategy that goes into Starfleet Command. But it's big stompy mechs, and both games started in the 1970s and 80s as tabletops. It's kind of sort of the niche that I've realized I've started sort of putting myself into. Because they're both tabletop games that eventually got turned into. We're about to get assaulted by Audio Jungle. So we're going to skip that. Sorry, I know some people like that intro, but we are going to skip it just a bit. Alrighty, so where are we starting? We can start in the Draconis Combine under House Kurita, the Free Worlds League under House Merrick, the Federated Suns with Davian, the Lyran Commonwealth with House Steiner, the Capellan Confederation with House Liao, the Magistracy of Canopus for all your hedonistic needs, the Turian Concordant, which I don't remember what it actually does, the Rimworld Periphery, if we just want to be weird, and the Deep Periphery. All kinds of crazy options. All will change what sort of starting equipment we will get on day 2, because they couldn't give it to you immediately. So the Draconis Combine is basically Space Japan. And if you're a big fan of Space Japan, these are your guys. House Merrick, these are the other main good guys, I suppose, of the series. At least I kind of view them as mainly because they got Free Worlds League in the name. So one of the oldest successor states. They're quite cool. They have a cool name, and they have a cool symbol. That's basically all I know about them. House Stavian is King Arthur's Knights. House Steiner is the stuff of memes, who believe that a Scout Lance is not complete unless you have 4 massive assault mechs in it. The Capellan Federation is the combination of Russia and China. It's basically communism in space. Not quite that, but you get the idea of what sort of thing. So think Communist Soviet Union / Communist China, and there you go. That's House Liao. The Magistracy of Canopus, I did mention, hedonism incarnate. They're really fun. They also get plasma cannons and plasma rifles, and they're the current house that we picked for our main campaign right now. The Turian Concordant was founded as a constitutional monarchy under the leadership of House Calderon. The Turian Concordant is the strongest military power in the remote periphery, so big fish in a small pond. Or medium fish in a small pond? So that could be an option. Citizens enjoy extensive freedoms guaranteed by the House Concordant Charter, and take pride in defending those freedoms through compulsory service. Turian Concordant has a long-standing antagonistic relationship with the Inner Sphere, particularly the Federation Sons. Maybe this would be what we need to do. I think we'll start here. Machine guns, Flamer Plus, SRM and LRM Plus ammo, and machine gun ammo. Okay, that's a bit weird. I think we take it. What do you think, Sean? I think we've got something interesting here. An explicitly anti-Davian house. Go completely against our initial starting campaign. So I'm on board with it. Alrighty, we need to come up with a good plan here. Exiled, stuck out on your own, bankrupt, accident, or betrayed. If we go with exiled, we'll get an AMS, an anti-missile defense system, reduces the incoming enemy firepower, +1 to gunnery, +1 tactics. Gunnery is super important, so exiled is actually a pretty good start. Friedhof Kite Gyro would be a nice thing to have if we struck out on our own. +1 tactics and piloting, that's really mediocre. I mean, piloting is okay. Turian? Like a bad guy in the original campaign? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, actually, that's a really good idea. Your family was betrayed. We're going to play the adopted, or not the adopted, but one of the family members of, not betrayed, accident, of the colonel who goes after us and tries to kill us in the initial campaign. What was his name? I'm totally forgetting. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to play that part of that family. So, +1 piloting, +1 guts is actually really terrible. And a Stabilitrack 10 gyro. No, we'll do piloting and guts. So what was his name? Sean, do you remember? Because we're going to play associated with him. And we're going to be a soldier because of that. Command console and tag. Definitely. Definitely soldier. I do not remember his name. I really want to. Also, we got to come up with a pilot now. Now this is where you really get to get involved, people. So, for our stream campaign, or for our normal current campaign, we are doing, gotta scroll all the way down for it, a Magistracy of Canopus one, but that obviously would not fit here, because clearly we're Turian Concordant. So do we want to be a guy or a girl, and what sort of soldier should we look like? No, not quite. We could do this one. The meme guy. Tough and badass version of, tough and badass version of what is his name? Of, Mastiff. That's it. Figure we want something kind of soldier-like. Samuel Ostergrad. That's it. Yep. Ostergrad. So we are going to be related to Ostergrad, so our last name, clearly, Ostergaard. No, that's semi-right. We're not picking her. We could just play as him. No. We need to play as a relative of him. In some description.
Standing by.
Daniela.
Commander.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth works. We can play as another female character. Halibut. Call sign Halibut. No, thank you. Epic. Welk. Anchor shot. Sentry. Coronet. Prancer. Tread. Elizabeth Tread Ostergrad. I wonder how she got that name. That's the portrait we're using.
Waiting for orders. Aye, aye. Good to go. Orders? Commander? I'm here. Orders? What? No.
Yang with glasses. Yeah.
Good to go. I'm here. Standing by. What's up, boss? Yeah? Commander?
Does Yang have glasses? I didn't think he did.
You have my attention.
Maybe
I hear ya.
totally forgetting.
Good to go. Receiving you.
Yet obviously not male
Yes,
British.
I hear you. Yeah? What do you need? Ready for orders. What's up, boss? Orders?
Let me pick tough. Elizabeth Tread Ostergrad. Related to Samuel Ostergaard, who tried to destroy the Eurasian Reach. That's who we're playing as. So, our family died in an accident because he kind of crashed into a planet. Did not end up well with him. And we were a soldier, and now we're out of it because, you know, people hate us. So let's see what this will give us. This ought to be interesting. So cast out from the soldier's life into the life of a mercenary because of our disgraced family. Let's have some fun for a bit. Alrighty, show me the mech bay. We get a Wolverine, and a crab, and a firefly, and a trebuchet. Okay, we'll go through each one of these. Oh, we got a good Wolverine. So this is oh, this is one hell of an advanced Wolverine. This is clearly our mech that we stole. Look at all of this equipment. Wow. So, should I give the full explanation of how RogueTech plays? Because if you're familiar with BattleTech, then this is a heck of a lot complicated. And if you're not familiar with it at all, but familiar with the tabletop, this will be very familiar. So we have 2 X-Pulse lasers, which should be, yep, +2 accuracy. Fires a barrage of lasers. 4 shots for 11 damage each, but they're accurate. Got a mask, which allows us to move faster. I didn't realize a mask would be -3 tons. Normally masks are costing tonnage. 40% sprinting distance, 15% walking distance, 20% heat generated. How is our heat, actually? 65 of 86. So we're a little bit toasty. We do have a double heatsink kit here, though, and we do have a heat bank. So we've got a lot of equipment. This is actually a really solid mech. This is probably one of the best mediums that I've ever seen. So, yeah, Fusion Core 280 makes us quite quick, actually. Yeah, it's a 5.8 movement, which is pretty brisk. XL engine, though, really dangerous. If either of our side torsos get knocked out, the whole mech is dead. Rotary autocannon is pretty good. 40 shots, it'll fire 4 times. You have it. Okay, so X-Pulse lasers are basically pulse lasers, except more powerful. In fluff, the way that they work is they fire continuous beams. So think phasers. They're really, really nice. Also quite toasty. A rotary autocannon is basically an AC-5, except there's like 3 or 4 barrels together, and it spins and fires like a Gatling gun. That's all that is. Also, pretty good in this game. Is this caseless ammo? It is caseless ammo. So 50% additional rounds, +2 recoil with autocannons. Ammo box grants buff to all. So we don't need to have both of these. It just gave it to us. We may actually take a ton of this out just so we can put in the normal... Oh no, we wouldn't, because the caseless ammo gives you more ammo. That makes a certain amount of sense. It does have stealth armor, which means somewhere around here it's rocking a ECM, which means it's very, very stealthy. When we move, we generate a lot of extra evasion just because of the stealth armor and the ECM. The sort of stealth ECM combo was the staple of our main campaign. A heat bank gives you +40 maximum heat and 20 overheat threshold. So, quite nice. It also, it's rid of 5 heat per turn, and will explode for 10 heat if it blows up. So, it's a very nice piece of equipment. You want a lot of these. The funny thing about heat banks is they actually stack so long as they're different plus values. So a heat bank plus a heat bank plus a heat bank plus plus will all stack on top of each other. And they're hilarious with how much heat they can get rid of. So we have a very, very nice starter mech right there. The crab is rocking Ferrofibrous and Endo. And you will notice that it's a king crab, but it's not supposed to be. And I don't think they're going to import the crab since the BattleTech expansion pack is going to have a crab in it. So it's got 2 light autocannons. Wow, we are a super advanced lance. What the heck? Oh, wow, MMLs. So we've got multi-missile launchers here. In addition, so we got an MML-10 pack, because it's a 7 plus a 3. 2 light AC-5s. Case 2. Who did we, like... We must have stolen some seriously good kit here. This is an amazing start. This also means they're going to actually throw nightmarish enemies at us, but this is fantastic in terms of tech. We started on the Mercenary Planet with our main campaign, and we have just been, like, scrounging for parts, but this is amazing. MMLs are basically, they fire SRMs or LRMs, whatever you want. So they're effective. They should be effective at both range. Weapon damage falls off at 20% their maximum range. What's their maximum range? Optimal's 420, but their maximum is 690, I'm going to guess. Able to use special ammo and use TTS, so targeting systems. Got a couple of heat cooling pods on the legs, which would explode. How badly? Badly. So that's amazing. How about the Firefly? What kind of Firefly did we manage to get our hands on? It's also got ferrofibrous armor, which is not fantastic, I don't think, but single LRM-5, whole bunch of double heat sinks, small lasers, medium lasers, small lasers. This is a meteoric start. I'm afraid that you're going to fight against them. Yeah, I know. This is the kind of start that you dream about. But wow, I actually have a Firefly very similar to this in my tabletop campaign, except I ripped out the LRM-5, gave it an additional 2 medium lasers and more heat sinks. Apparently, Oscar Palace is surprised. Well, yeah, he did own his own Fortress class dropship, so I mean, yeah, clearly prestigious. So this is going to be close range fast scout. Unfortunately, it does not have electronic countermeasures, which I'm a little. Oh no, it does have Guardian ECM. It doesn't have stealth armor, so we're going to put it on. We're also going to need some endosteel to do that, and a trebuchet. What kind of trebuchet did we get our hands on? The ballistic trebuchet. That's interesting. And a PPC. Wow. So this is the heavy fire support version. How many missile slots have we got? 1, which we filled in SRM-2. It's a very basic stock one. This is the most disappointing mech that we have. Compared to all the other mechs that we have, this is sad. But still, I mean, compared to the 3 mechs we've got here, this is fine. I'm more than willing to take. It's not even a mediocre or bad mech, because AC5 plus a PPC, that's going to do a lot of damage. Holy crap! I am impressed. I'm just flat out impressed. We will get our spare parts tomorrow, but let's check out the barracks, see what they're going to give us here. Do we want to get rid of our of the main pilots? Let me know. That's seriously. Mevrin and Sean, let me know if we should keep or get rid of the main pilots. Because Behemoth, Glitch, Medusa, and Decker are all here with us. And normally I would get rid of them, but I want to know what you guys think, because it's a stream campaign. You guys have input on this one. Got Bullet Trap, Deadeye, Paradise, and Tread.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Tread, you're going to need gunnery. More gunnery. And if I could give you, I would give you more gunnery, but now I'm going to give you Unsteady Threshold. And just because I don't want to be a total idiot, we'll give Tactics 1. Lock that in. Always go for gunnery. Gunnery, gunnery, gunnery. I love it.
Reporting.
Paradise. What do I want from you? What's your service record? You're a technician, mech warrior, and you're dishonest. Great. Great, this is going to be fantastic. He's going to steal from us. Deadeye? With a name like Deadeye, he's got to be a gunner. I mean, you can't not be a gunner with a name like Deadeye. So now we've got 2 gunners. What do I want to... I'll give you extra health, and we'll lock that down. Confirm.
Mech warrior training complete.
And then we've got Paradise.
Waiting orders.
Paradise, you were the dishonest one. So I'm going to give you the bruiser roll. You're going to walk up and you're going to punch people. It's going to be fun, trust me.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And so that's Tread, that's Paradise,
Reporting.
that's Deadeye, and Bullet Trap.
Standing by.
Bullet Trap's clearly going to be our evasion pilot. And I'm going to risk not giving him an upgrade into... I'm going to risk not giving him the upgrade into the extra health immediately. Sean Mavrin, what do we want to do? What do you think? Do we keep Glitch, Medusa, Behemoth, and Decker, or do we get rid of these people? They are special pilots, but, do we want to actually keep them? I am indeed asking you. I'm going to get you guys involved whether you like it or not. They do have good stats, but at the end of the day, do we really want to bring them on this story? Do we want to bring them with all y'all? 'Tis the main question. While you come up with an answer for that, and I do expect an answer, doesn't piloting raise melee accuracy? It does. It absolutely does. So we're going to have to get some more points into that. Keep the original pilots, but don't roll them as number 1s. Alrighty, that's 1 vote. I'm definitely on board with that idea. As we connect to the master server list, and then we're going to go back, because it's glitchy, and then we'll go back to it. Yeah, we can do that. We can make them as backups. Wait for it. Once the game finally catches up with the first contract, it does much better. but it takes it a moment to finally figure out, wait a second, you want how many contracts from me? The answer is a lot. Put them there with voodoo slants. Well, I'm not going to roll them as the initials, so we'll keep them in the back pocket. So we've got a recovery mission, recovery, battle at one skull. We could probably take it, but it doesn't pay out very well in terms of salvage. We have really good stuff. Oh, before we do anything, we got to get ship upgrades. Let's not forget this. This is one of the most important things. To wit, we want power systems. Because power systems then goes into mech bay, which then goes into automation, which gives you 2 mech bays operating 100% efficiency. It's a fantastic setup. That is basically the mandatory start. Okay, so we got that. We got our pilot set up, and we're not going to do anything to our mechs because our mechs are frankly fantastic. Almost tempted to take a higher level mission. Hot landing is a battle that actually has pretty decent salvage. But again, we don't really need it. I think we take mopping up. It's a 1 skull 2-9. And I think we take it as a max salvage contract, even though it's only 2-9. Alright. We've got our Wolverine at 55 tons, our Crab at 50 tons, our Trebuchet at 50 tons, and our itty bitty Firefly as the last one. So clearly Tread is going in the Wolverine. That's her personal mech. She clearly got it. She knocked it out. I'll start with a half skull mission, even though you might actually be overpowered for it. Get some confidence in XP. Oh, I'm going to jump for it. We're going to go full 1 skull. The main reason is because I don't think it's going to be all that difficult. It's a 2-9 contract. I mean, it's not giving us a lot of stuff for it. So I'm going to guess that it probably isn't going to harm us. I need good gunnery in my Trebuchet, so that's got to be Deadeye. Back that up with the Crab, which I believe is what? 2 autocannons? So we'll give that the bullet trap, which means our punchy mech is our Firefly. Oh, Fireflies are not supposed to punch people. All right, let's drop with this lance. I think this might do something. Yeah, we got Deadeye in the Treb because the Treb has a PPC and an AC5, which is a pretty significant amount of double up firepower. So I want him as my second best pilot in terms of actually shooting people. The Crab also has twin light autocannons, but because it's got multiple autocannons, I'm kind of going to rely on the slightly less skill for bullet trap. It was bullet trap, right? And the reason for that is if he misses, he's got backup. But if the Trebuchet misses, well, it's only got 2 guns. So that's sort of my thinking on that. We may swap it later on, but if a PPC hits, it reduces the enemy's effectiveness, so they can't hit you as well. And if that's the case, well, that's a really nice position to be in, where they lose accuracy and you can just knock them out. Alright, let's drop in with this brand new lance. Tread's going to get rocking and rolling here.
Ready for action, Commander.
Okay, I regret my voice choice immediately. Alrighty, so let's just reserve down. If we don't see him, then we're not going to get involved with him until after, you know, we get to the bottom.
You have orders?
Situation before you put him in there. Run up and punch and stomp on things. That's the plan! I'm going to run up and knock people completely out. Let's get you way up. High speed, low drag. You got your Guardian ECM to give you a little bit of extra evasion. That'll help. Lock you down. Force them to move. We've got 2 in range at this point. It's a Hunchback 4H. What's the 4H packing? AC... Oh, that's got to be the AC-10 6 medium lasers. I'm going to guess anyway. I hope anyway. Come on. Let me move. Let me look. AC-10, 4 medium lasers and a small laser. So, interesting.
Standing by.
Tread, can you get a good shot on him? Because that would just be hilarious. 37%. 43%. 43.4. This takes you slightly off the road, which is kind of where I want you to be. So I'm going to actually commit to trying to knock him down. So line him up.
Roger.
Look at all that heat we generate. Okay, 4 shots. I would have figured you would have hit at least once with that rotary autocannon. So we did not manage to hit once with the rotary autocannon. I'm a little bit disappointed. But that's okay. Stinger. Ooh, we got... Oh, it's 2 medium laser Stinger. I just recently ran into a Royal Stinger Lamb in the main campaign, so I was kind of freaking out because that thing had like 6 X-Pulse small lasers. It was moderately terrifying. Right, let's get Deadeye up there, and you will have a 25% chance to hit, and 25 there. If you're not in cover, 28%. I'll take that.
On my way.
Line him up, knock him down. Oh, wrong target. I don't care. Good job. I meant to shoot the hunchback, but I'm gonna take that. Okay, Deadeye, you have earned your name. Just your first. It was a 25% shot, man. Large laser coming in from long range. Could be a commando. We don't really know until we finally see it. Alright, let's get bullet trap up here. Oh, 72. If I sprint to get closer, I can get a lot more weapons involved. Including the medium missiles. Yeah, we're going to get all the weapons involved. Yeah, it's reducing our effectiveness a bit. Do you have a XL engine? You do not. So we're just going to target CT. Because I don't really want a stinger. Lovely. Just lovely bullet trap. I'm liking these guys. I'm liking these guys a lot. They're doing very well. I mean, Tread can't hit the broadside of a barn, it would appear, but other than that, we've got some beauty going on here. We reserve down. Oh, we got 2 mediums. Alright, Hunchback rolling on up. God, I love Hunchbacks. Oh, missed. And hit with 1. Be very careful of that. Can't wait until we get an actual Firefly.
Barely hit, Commander.
Most of these, well, all of these mechs are taken from MechWarrior Online for the actual designs, and they have done a fantastic job. In fact, they're the people who make RogueTech are working with other people who basically take the MechWarrior Online models that haven't been taken into this game yet and have inserted them. So we get things like Phoenix Hawks into this game, which are pretty hilariously awesome.
What's the plan?
So he had stood still. We're gonna rush up and nail him.
Be there in a jet.
Not gonna use the LRM-5. No point.
He's going down.
He's a very, very confident Firefly pilot. Structure exposed. Enemy turn. Another miss. Are you a Vindicator? I wasn't actually paying attention. I probably should be. Yeah, the Hunchback is just gorgeous. Oh, it's a Phoenix Hawk. Now, the Phoenix Hawk is not in the base game. The base game for Battletech 2018 does not have a Phoenix Hawk. But, thanks to the efforts of the people who work with RogueTech Mod, they have imported the MechWarrior Online Phoenix Hawk into the game, and it is quite cool. We actually have a Gunslinger Phoenix Hawk, which is kind of a hero version in our main campaign, and it is quite nice. Alright, Tread, I'd like to get you up and doing the same thing. Unfortunately, we're going to have problems. Because, yeah, that. If I shut off the rotary, we're good. If I shut off the X-Pulse lasers and turn on the rotary, that'll work. Do I risk the cannon? I think, we'll do that. We won't risk the cannon for now. We'll just... Ooh. I was hoping for one more hit on that leg. Oh, that'll do it. His leg's gone. How is your leg not gone? I saw the red numbers. You only had 40 health in that leg, and I hit it like 5 times. I must have hit it 4 times.
Yes, Commander.
Bullet trap. I want you up and not in his face, but moving on him constantly. There goes the leg. And the arm. And the torso. And just most of his mech. So we've completely cored out the left side of this mech. Which is almost unfortunate, because that means we're not going to get a whole lot of stuff from it. Hey, Deadeye, would you like to just absolutely hilariously impress me? Because I'd love to see it happen. Oh, that's still overheating. Yeah, just go for the PPC shot. No, you didn't. I had hope. I had hope, I believed, and I was let down. How about we get right on top of you? Oh, that's 1.5. I want more than 1.5. I think 1.5 is all I'm going to get.
I understand.
Let's get our Firefly right on top of him. Aim for the head. We only got 42 health, so... Screw it.
Yes, Commander.
I think we have the headshot. Yeah, we get... Nope, we blew out the corp.
Enemy down.
This is an amazing start. Oh, he's going for the punch. We got a Phoenix Hawk who's going to punch us. Oh, that's hilarious. Missed completely. Hi. I'm going to Wolverine. I am heavier than you. I'm more powerful than you. And I think I have quirks for melee.
Receiving you.
So I'm really tempted just to walk up and punch him. 47 damage only, though.
Standing by.
Bull trap. Get behind him. Have some fun with him. This could not have been a better start to a campaign.
Take that.
How much heat did he generate? Yeah, he's pretty chill.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of good mechs here.
Location confirmed.
Like, this is just phenomenal.
Roger.
That was an amazing starting first mission. 2 medium mechs and a light, and we just gutted them because we have some of the most amazing equipment I've ever seen in a starter set. Wow. That's the way you start a campaign. Made 90,000 out of that one. And I'm not sure how much there's going to be left to salvage. Give me a hunchback part. I like hunchbacks. A whole bunch of heat sinks, a couple of hands. Terrible, terrible salvage, because we blew it all up. Like, that is what happened. We destroyed everything. Give me the Phoenix Hawk part, just because I can sell them, and they're pretty useful. Whole bunch of heat sinks. Didn't even get a single hand. I was expecting at least one hand. Terrible salvage, but that's because we tried to kill everybody quite harshly. It was amazing and deadly, and ow. Ow is the best way to describe how that ended up. We've got to do something about that Wolverine. It cooks way too quickly, though. I am slightly concerned about it. Also, the caseless ammunition means the recoil is terrible, which I suppose works out with the heat problems that it has. 1,238 for 1 day to fix it. Move everything else. So this gets our supplies and equipment that we got during the actual creation thing. Morale decreased by 2, but tech point plus 6 for the next 30 days, which is nice. And we're going to go over to our mech bay to check out our brand new parts. And refit this. Yeah, the Lance just absolutely annihilated him. Easiest first mission. Yes, it was. 100% easiest first mission ever. We have Inferno SRM ammo. Incendiary LRM ammo. Plus 1 heat damage dealt. Minus 25% long range missile damage. That may not be terrible. MONG, which is useless to us. We got the Flamer Plus, which would be nice to have. I think that was about it. Aside from some equipment that we got. Yeah, we got a command console. And a gyro. Ooh, we may want to install these. Plus 1 initiative in the fight. Can you imagine it? A Wolverine moving in the light phase? What's the gyro like on all our other mechs? Let's check this out. Crab. The Crab has... I believe the Crab actually has a gyro. Gyro XL, yep. And for his head, he's got a slick sweep, so he doesn't want it. I kind of don't want to put it on the Trebuchet. The Trebuchet is a little bit disappointing, so yeah, we will modify the Wolverine. So let's give the Wolverine the command console. Ooh, it doesn't have enough slots. I see. I see. So we can't put it on here. It would be amazing, but it does not fit. Take off a jump jet. Gives me 0.5 tons, but more importantly, it gives me a critical slot to fill in the command console. Oh, wow. No, never mind. It weighs a... Wow, it weighs a lot. So that's not happening. I would like to put the gyro into it, though. Just to give it that sure footing. Make sure it doesn't fall over. Take us 1 day in 55. 55 C-bills to swap out an entire gyro. Yeah, that's not realistic. For the tabletop. So we'll chill for a day. Chill for a second day. Ready for another job. I'm going to chill for my fatigue boys to be done. And once the fatigue is done, we'll go on another mission. 1 more day. Oh, here we go. We'll set aside money to pay the fine. Gives us an additional morale. Because Behemoth has decided that she's going to knock holes in my ship. Alrighty, and barracks just to check to make sure that nobody requires more stuff. Bullet trap.
Ready for
Nope. Did I? Nope. I don't think they will, but I just gotta double check.
Reporting.
Oh, never mind. Definitely got it on Paradise. Paradise is not really using his ability to do that, so we'll lock that in for gunnery. Make sure you can actually kill people. Gunnery is an essential skill in this game. It should never be ignored. It's the most important skill. Otherwise, you just end up not hitting anything. Destroy base or assassinate. We'll take the assassinate general. Give me maximum salvage. Actually, what was the exact quote? Up to 33% bonus per lance if you can destroy his personal guard and any other support. Not sure how much you want those jump jets, but maybe dropping for some heat sinks might be a good idea. Unfortunately, they're half-ton jump jets, so each one only gives us one heat sink. Or each one only gives us half a heat sink. So it's not giving us much. So I believe this is a double heatsink kit. Fusion core. Oh, don't click on it. It'll... Oh no, it's a normal fusion core. We need to get a double heatsink kit on this thing. Or not. That's got to be a double heatsink equipped one. But yeah, this Wolverine is interesting. It can get up on top of you thanks to the stealth armor and the ECM. And it's still a pretty quick mech, because it is a Wolverine. So we should be able to make a pretty decent use for it. I should look up to see explicitly which Wolverine it is, because most variants of mechs actually have an explicit, like, who made it and why they did. Like, there's a version of the Wolverine that a buddy of mine uses in our tabletop campaign, and one of the reasons why I picked it is because it says that I believe it's the Curidan one, and they removed the jump jets because they just viewed them as more trouble than they were worth. And he also made sure that it had a pretty heavy energy complement, purely so that he could we wouldn't have to rely on re-equipping more ammo onto him. Because when you're playing tabletop campaigns, everything costs money, and when you're out on a limb, it can be you can't get the parts in. So he wanted to make sure that he had some redundancy going with that one. Alrighty then. So we've already got the reinforcements. That sucks. Where is... Off here in the back corner. Okay, we're pulling going after them. I'm going to reserve down, see if anybody walks in a range, but my plan is to pull back here and nail these guys. Because I want to get the general. That's my plan, is to take that general intact. We do have people on the move already. The death from above maneuver is extremely unreliable. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. It just... It doesn't work unless you've explicitly spec'd for it. Which we don't. Marsh, 50% stability.
On my way.
Look at how fast that Wolverine moves. It's a medium mech. And it is quick as all hell. And it generates a ton of defense.
Standing by.
The Crab, not quite as quick. Also fairly reliable and solid.
Waiting for orders.
We rolled so lucky on these mechs.
Double time.
Rosselhog, apparently, it's the place to be if you want to start a brand new mech company.
Yes, Commander.
And sprint. Actually, if I jump, how far do I get? Not far at all. So pull back away from the enemy towards the other enemy so we can kill the enemy. Reserve down again. I want them to move first. I want them to move completely first.
Holding for the right opportunity.
There we go. Now I got a target. They are medium mechs, which is good because we want medium mechs. But it's also dangerous because medium mechs are deadly. And I'll reserve down to bottom. Just in case. You never know. They could have a heavy mech, and that would be moderately terrifying, actually. Ugh. Having to fight heavy mechs is really scary. Although maybe not quite as bad with this crew. Because they've just got so much good weaponry.
How might I help?
You're going to sprint at full speed and not be able to get in range of the enemy. Tread, how about you? Can I sprint you at full speed and get you in range of the enemy? I cannot. I can give myself a good angle. No target. Lock you down.
Receiving you.
Next turn. Next turn will be the grand engagement.
Aye, aye.
Lock you in. Got Deadeye moving up. Deadeye really shouldn't be too close to the line. He is, after all, only in a trebuchet. But I want to keep everybody nice and tight together. Finish this fight before anybody else can get involved. It's kind of sad how slow our Firefly is. Alrighty, let's get involved. Enemy turn first. Nothing moving from the reinforcements. I am going to reserve down again. There's only 2 of them. That will give them the opportunity to shoot. But it'll give me the opportunity to pounce on everything. They do have something moving at tier 2. That's heavy tier or heavy vehicle tier. And that can be dangerous. Are you going to reveal? It's a chariot. Okay. Thunderbolt missiles and a medium rifle. Did he miss with all 3? I don't think he hit. No, he didn't. So the Thunderbolt is basically a big old missile that does what LRMs would do, except it's more like an autocannon that uses missile ammo. We're actually, in the main campaign, we're using one on a Rapier, which is a little tiny scout mech. And we found it to be quite useful. My plan, I think, is to step on him using the Wolverine. But I'm going to reserve down to the bottom. Just make sure these guys move first. That way I can hopefully not reveal myself too badly. And support everything else. Alright. So, Tread.
What's up, boss?
You would have an 87? You're going to deal 94 damage. The only place you kill is from the back. So get back there. Because all damage against vehicles in melee is doubled. So stomp on the back and you'll kill it. There we go. First vehicle down. One of the things that we really kind of want in the actual game is we would like to have vehicles that we could bring in our own lances. Because by the time you hit about 30-50 in-game, the augmented lance comes along, which is basically 4 mechs and 2 vehicles, or any kind of vehicle support. And I would really like to have that. No targets, and it doesn't look like you're going to get into a target. Bull Trap, are you blocking people? Is there a cliff here? There is a cliff here. I didn't realize I was setting them up against the cliff.
Yes, Commander.
This is why you pay more attention to what's going on around you. Trebuchet up. We've managed to not generate any heat or recoil as of yet, which is useful. I'm starting to think our Firefly might be too slow. This Firefly just kind of lagging behind my medium mechs. That's kind of ridiculous. So we've taken out 25% of the enemy reinforcements. Hopefully we can continue to take them out. We've got a Scimitar, equipped with 2 SRM-2s and an AC-5. Missed with the AC-5, hit with one of the SRMs. That's okay. Not too bad. Probably be able to walk up and step on him too. And do I reserve down or do I charge that Scimitar? I will reserve down. They don't have enough firepower, I don't think, to really cause me pain. Although, if the supporting forces over here have LRMs, they might be able to start adding fire support to what's going on. We do know our assassination target is a medium mech at this point because he moved it 4. Either that or he's got a command console, which is entirely possible. Hopefully not. Large laser coming out along with a whole bunch of machine gun fire. You could be several different kinds of mechs, honestly. And we'll let that heavy vehicle roll up. Hoping not a Demolisher, but if it is, run. Demolishers have 2 AC-20s. It's a Rottweiler. Okay, that's okay. Ow. What was that? This is the biggest tag I've ever seen. What's in this arm? Oh god, our X-Pulse lasers. We must protect them.
What's the plan?
The plan is to get on top of the enemy and kill them. So, Tread is able to get to melee range. 77, 77. How are we looking at armor here? Dead to the back, or is it not quite dead to the back? Ooh, these are tougher. Yeah, 130 damage is what I need to deal to kill them. So we have got to protect our left arm at this point. Which I can do. But can I do it while shooting all the enemies and having a good time? Yeah, that'll work.
Roger.
Shed the problem that we're having. We won't target the Scimitar, we're going to target the Rottweiler. Take this thing out of the equation as fast as we can. And just nailed every single one of those. She has been practicing. Unfortunately, it looks like she's been kind of neglecting her laser skills. Got down to 47. Enemy turn. Who's moving? Somebody came down with us.
Ready for orders.
Alright, Bullet Trap, can you also get a shot on that Rottweiler? You can. It's not a great shot, but it's a shot. They're great. Unfortunately, we have it equipped with a lot of caseless ammo. Wow, nice job, Bullet Trap. He's almost opened up. We might be able to kill him. Got more movement coming on.
You have orders?
Yeah, the problem that we have with the rotary AC, with the rotary autocannon is just that we don't have any good follow-up for it, because it builds so much heat that we basically run out
Orders.
of abilities to support. Deadeye, can you be magical and live up to your name like you did in the first mission?
Let her rip.
This man is not a man. He is in fact the embodiment of an ideal. And that's why he took that name.
Reporting.
Deadeye proven that no challenge is too great for him. Let's run at high speed, get within range. 16% chance to hit. But we're chill as all heck, so we don't care. Fire everything. Hit him with a couple of small lasers, which was nice, but then we missed every single LRM. Enemy turn is up. No, not my X-Pulse lasers! That sucks.
Weapon system down.
That really sucks. I thought I had presented the other side of the mech to him, but apparently not. Apparently I totally messed that up. Oh, that's pain.
What's the plan?
That's pain and expense. We can get a chiller weapon now, but still, pain and expense. Reserve. We'll move our Wolverine up. Maybe give it like a chain sword or something, because we've just freed up like 4 tons. So there is that going for it.
Standing by.
Bullet Trap, can you get an eye on anybody? You cannot. Tread.
Ready for orders.
Tread can chase him down. That is definitely within Tread's capabilities. In fact, Tread can... Wow! Tread, you are blisteringly fast.
No shooting.
Hi.
Running.
It's a Scimitar and a Myrmidon. Oh, that's what was shooting us. How much armor do you got? If I hit him, you're dead. She completely missed. Moment of silence for... No. They weren't even medium pulse lasers. They're medium X-pulse lasers. They're better than that. See if I can get within range.
Receiving you.
Oh, it does look like I will be able to get into range. Absolutely. Bullet Trap, if you fired from here, you'd have 60s. If you sprinted on in up close, you would have significantly less than that. So we're just going to walk. And try and kill a Myrmidon. Hi, you forgot about the crab, didn't you? I mean, with some of the stuff. We're not penetrating through as much armor as I'd like. Myrmidons are supposed to be a heavy tank. Okay, this is a bug. Somebody needs to let Lady Lyco know, but the Myrmidon has a left side armor of 50 and a right armor of 107. So that's not right. It should, of course, have probably 100 armor on both sides. Deadeye is cooking a little bit. Tell off the PPC to chill out.
Locked on target.
Nailing him again. Jeez, we got to give this guy a bigger gun. And Paradise will come with a follow-up. We've almost got the enemy supporting force destroyed. 66 on the mediums. How about if I sprinted? 66 on the medium and 54 is a whole bunch of smalls. Heck yeah. Let's get right involved with that one. High.
Locking on target.
Miss. A couple of hits. Not amazing, but some. And we'll follow up immediately because the Myrmidon, I believe, is a fairly heavy tank. And that will allow us to engage him and kill him before he can do anything to us. We'll of course keep the fire going out from Paradise.
How might I help?
You have a really nasally voice. I mean, that's not a bad thing necessarily, but it is a weird thing. Oh boy. Get right on top of you.
Have no doubt it will be done.
Fire! Fire everything! Dude, what the heck? You managed to miss almost everything. Well, at least the AC-5 missed. That was nice. Probably try and step on him shortly. Oh, and he's an ace pilot. It's going to move along, try and get behind our Firefly, make it regret being there. But we shall regret nothing, because you just revealed 110 damage before you're dead. We got the assassination target coming in quick. We got to deal with this fast.
Ready for orders.
Our bullet trap. If I asked you to kill people, you would be lots of good numbers, not so good numbers. Okay, which direction are you facing? Yeah, that's what I want. Get bullet trap and his crab right up behind the scimitar. I needed it to be a little bit more concentrated than that. And the Miradon moves. Large laser going down. Whole bunch of shots on Deadeye. Hopefully not hitting the head. I mean, that's the key thing with dealing with all those machine guns. Is hoping he doesn't get headshots. Alright, Deadeye.
Yep.
How much health does he have left? He is weak on his left side. That would be terrible. We do have to stay some distance because of the nature of our weapons. Ooh, doesn't look like we're going to get a great angle here. Doesn't have an angle at all. Oh, there. Terrible. Got a shot here. Good.
Position confirmed.
Turn on the PPC. Knock him out.
Roger that.
And there we go. So now we just got the Myrmidon, and we'll have dealt with the reinforcements in their entirety. So, Tread, I'm going to have you step on him just to bleed off the heat.
Yes, Commander.
And to, left is right. I want the left side, right? Yeah, I do want the left. So, I want this side. To bleed off the heat and to bleed off the recoil. And also to get rid of pretty much all the negative status effects we're currently under. I can't complain about it. I mean, you knocked it down to 2 health in the back. That means that Paradise is going to be able to follow up and kill him. Just was kind of hoping that you would stomp him and he would explode, and it'd be really cool. Paradise, someone has offered you victory gift wrapped from point blank range. 66 all around only. All you need to do is 2 damage, man. That's all.
You should never come.
Oh crap, that was the front, not the back. His front armor is down to 2.
Ready for orders.
His rear armor is currently at maximum. Oh, we need to focus on that left side. Can I get to that left side? It's probably as good as I'm gonna get.
Moving out.
We'll just keep nailing him. Yeah, shut off the PPC.
Firing on rear arc.
Not gonna lie, Deadeye. That was,
Targeting systems.
astounding. Myrmidon is moving. He's gonna get the fire. Luckily, he couldn't hit me. Well, except for all the 8 million machine gun rounds.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Alright, Tread. Well, step on him again, I guess. And this time I want you to step on his... That's left. Left is over here.
Coordinates received.
And this should hopefully kill the Myrmidon. Unless you miss, of course, in which case... Yeesh.
Damn it.
It's also gaining up instability every time she does it. Oh. At least we'll have this Myrmidon down very shortly. I hope. Oh god, no. He's gonna hit the back. He can't penetrate.
Confirmed.
We are spending too much time on a single Myrmidon. Okay, we got him. Alright, so we are down the reinforcements. That's 33% bonus to our income,
One less vehicle.
for whatever that's worth to us. And unfortunately, it looks like the supporting forces... Oh no, the leader's way back here. Excellent! So we'll move and we'll crunch the supporting forces next. And we will, of course, secure victory by doing so. So we need to get Tread out of that corner. Nobody puts Tread in a corner. And this is a bit of a risk because the Trebuchet does have his back to him, but I'm going to reserve down. Because I really would like to get good shots here without risking too much. Okay, buddy coming up. Does he have a shot? He does not. Okay, and he's moved. So now we can get Deadeye on the move. And I will have an obstructed line of sight shot here. But hopefully I will be able to do something amazing. Line them up. It's a fire starter with a lot of flamers. Daddy, you want to take his head off? I can't be mad at him. I mean, it was a 22% chance shot, but I just had this crazy hope.
Negative damage. I repeat, negative damage.
Alright, so let's get our next guy moving. As long as they don't see us, we're perfectly happy. Excellent, they didn't.
Receiving you.
Bullet trap. Oh, bullet trap can get a direct line of sight here, and that'll be 28s. Stride on in here, and unload on the fire starter. With your incredibly chill mech. And we hit 3 missiles. Out of all that firepower, 3 missiles. I do like the medium missile launcher, though. Alright, let's get Tread. I don't think Tread's going to have a shot. I do have to spend a single turn chilling out. Not chilling out, but getting rid of the stability that we generated by not, you know, charging and missing the enemy when we tried to step on him. Incoming long-range fire. I kind of predicted that. 5 missiles? That's not bad. None of them managed to actually impact. Deadeye says Medusa's VO. Yeah, I think so.
Reporting.
Yeah, that does sound to be correct. I'm going to reserve. Let this fire starter get in close. I assume he's going to try and cook. Oh, no. This is not the start of a new turn. This is the old turn. I assume he's going to try and cook the trebuchet, because the trebuchet is already pretty hot. So let's try and knock him down.
Good to go.
Can you hit with any... 1, 2, 3. Also hit with 3 missiles. So he is on par with Bullet Trap. More incoming missile fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. LRM-15 coming out. Could be a hunter? I'm going to guess it's a hunter. And again, get a reserve down. Let this fire starter get in close. Let us start to get involved with him, hurting him badly as we can. If he moves in. No, he runs away. Oh, the little coward. Well, now they're not seeing us anymore, so I'm going to just reserve down.
Holding. For an advantage.
We're going to drop down to 1. We're just going to have a nice little party at bottom initiative. Okay.
Orders?
2 can play at that game. And we did. Let's sprint. Oh, so we can get so far. So we're going to reserve that just so that when we go mask, we will be able to catch anybody we want. That should be on view. We got a view on a Hunchback 1G. Heavy rifle and a medium rifle. That's really terrible for a Hunchback, actually.
I understand.
So we'll hit him with a little bit of firepower. Remind him that we're here. And let's see what he does with it. A large laser coming down. That's not fun. That's several levels of unfun.
Damage is minor, Commander.
But it does look like he is not evasive, but he is bulwarked.
What do you need?
I can get a side shot on probably this... Oh, it's still the Hunchback. I think we cook it. No. Do we have breaching shot? I'm not sure on this mech. What do we got in the head? No, won't have breaching shot. We hit him though, so there is that. Okay, Hunchback just rotated. And he went for the guarded entrenched. Okay, that's an interesting plan. I don't think it's a good plan, but it's an interesting one.
On it.
So let's get the crab, give him a target, and just unload unless he's got a targeting computer. He's got a Slick Suite. I don't think Slick Suite gives you... I'm fairly sure the Slick Suite does not give you, what's it called? Breaching shot. So we're just going to plink away at them as long as they're going to let us. I mean, if they're going to pull back, I'm going to shoot. That's a PPC. That could be dangerous in several levels. Luckily, he was pretty evasive, so he didn't really take much. I don't think Tread can get in range even with her absolutely absurdly fast sprinting speed. I completely take that back. She will absolutely get into range. Hi. Fire.
Acknowledged.
2, 3 hits. Heatsink destroyed. We penetrated the armor. So we got a through armor critical on that one. And we are inspired. Unknown coming in towards us. Launching missiles at long range. Quite a lot of missiles, actually. That's the 15 again, so that's got to be a hunter. I think so. Then we've got these two unknowns, which I'm worried about.
Reporting.
I could get right up in your face. Give me a lot of good accuracy shots here. Be super risky, though. I'm going to do it because I'm going to also follow that up with a vigilance. Get some damage reduction going. We've got a fire starter, a hunchback, a vindicator, and a crab. Alright, the crab is dangerous. That's a crab 20. That's a really stock standard crab. So let's keep now on the hunchback. We've got penetrating hits on the leg. He is unsteady now, which sheds his evasion. And also makes him vulnerable to start falling over at this point. So if we get to go before him, we're going to send bullet trap after him. And here comes the missiles. That's a thunderbolt. That's 2 big thunderbolts. Okay, that's kind of scary. They are a little bit bottled up here. Firestarter running back. Not going to be participating in this engagement very enough. Yeah, the lights do look pretty cool on the mix. Alright, Bullet Trap gets to go first. So, Bullet Trap, get you involved. We're going to lock up this hunchback. And we're going to just unload on him. And hopefully we'll knock him over. I think we took out the... Yeah, we got that leg out. Oh, we do nasty, nasty things to hunchbacks. Have you noticed that? The first hunchback that we ran into, we absolutely gutted. This one, we've also torn in half. 1 of 3 health remaining. Drops down to bottom initiative. And that actually also blocks them from getting any closer. That's great. Fired a whole bunch of firepower at Bullet Trap and could not connect. Heat critical, override successful, but he is on the red line now.
Receiving you.
Alright, let's get Deadeye rocking and rolling. Hey, Deadeye, would you like to impress all the peoples? It's not an amazing shot, to be honest, but you could impress all the people. Please do so. He hit, but he did not get the headshot I was hoping for. That would have been too cool. The Vindicator backing off using his large laser? Oh, no, he has a PPC, doesn't he?
Commander.
Tread, keep coming. 37%. That recoil is just brutal. Brutal in the extreme. Well, he managed to hit 2 shots. He's stressed. He is not happy about his current situation. And he's going to stand up. He is a bold man. He wants to get involved. He wants to engage. He's guarded and entrenched again. Oh, you suicidal little guy. I could kick him. That would just be too... That would be too mean. Do I dare do that? That puts me right in their teeth. He's got machine guns, PPC. Yeah, he's a pretty normal Vindicator. I think I've got a Vindicator like you. I take the LRM-5 out for other support equipment, but large laser, medium laser, small laser, he gets in range with that. We're not super evasive, but he is cooking. How badly do I want to kill a hunchback? That's the question we're asking ourselves. Not that badly. If I'm honest, I don't want to kill the hunchback that badly. So I'm going to reserve past the speedy phase. We'll let these 3 operate and do whatever they will. Maybe we'll find out what they are. Scorpion! Oh, I thought it was a hunter. They are going to focus on the Firefly. I kind of expected them to do that. The Firefly should have jump jets. We should be able to get him out of there.
What's the plan?
Paradise, I want you to jump. Oh, you can. You beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pilot. So I can jump right up here. Unfortunately, I won't have a direct line of sight of the hunchback somehow. Even though I'll be standing literally right over him. He does not have... Because I would like to still shoot at him. It's kind of key to my plan. I just realized, did I just reserve past a free turn for him? Because I think I did. If I jumped over here, I can get good shots. Puts me out a little bit. But it makes me evasive. I don't think the fire starter can get in range in time. We're probably not going to hit just because of the negatives that you get from jumping at 47. But we're going to give it a shot. Also, I think he's got a roll for... yep. He ejected. So he's out. Crapola. And he's gone. More Thunderbolts incoming. 45. So they're Thunderbolt 5s? I think that's right. So Scorpion's back in RM10 and RM5. Okay. The Firestarter going to get involved in this fight? Or is he going to stay out? I'm totally fine with him staying way out of this fight. We're good with that. Don't worry. No one will fault you for not getting anywhere near this. Tread. Tread's going to walk up. Got to get in front of a Vindicator. And she's going to punch it. It's built a Novacat with 3 ER PPCs and a client ER license. Alrighty, we are gonna punch you in your stupid face. And I lied, we're gonna punch you in your stupid leg. So that'll actually shove him back in the initiative. 1 miss, 2 miss. Oh, relying on the stealth armor. We are the stealthy, stealthy Wolverine. And look at his heat. Oh, he is so close to cooking.
Ready for order.
Okay, now Bullet Trap can get forward.
Got it.
And line them up. Who do we want? Do we want the Vindicator or the Crab? Well, we could kill the Scorpion as long as we're here. I think a PPC or a large laser. That Crab is about to screw himself over. We're going to fire on the Vindicator. 2 good hits. Plus a couple of laser shots and our medium range missiles. Weakening his armor quite nicely. That's why I wanted to shoot at him first. Don't lose the light autocannon. Don't lose the light autocannon. I want to keep that light autocannon intact if at all possible. Deadeye. Walk up. Shut off the PPC. And play the Vindicator. Oh, we hit him. We hit him once. Of 3. That's just not terrible. And next turn we'll be able to fire the PPC again. Scorpion, do not shoot my crab. Do not shoot my... Okay, good boy. As long as you don't shoot my crab, I'm happy with you. We also need to figure out what the heck the special mech is. I'm going to get right on... Oh, I can't get quite there on top of you. How about here? And how about here? 77 versus 72. I'm going to risk it because we're going to do this again. Vigilance. +1 initiative and regarded. Open them up. Come on, you got a lot of shots. Cut through that armor. Unfortunately, it looks like he spread it out a bit too much. It's a Jenner? The top secret mech that we are here to defeat is a Jenner. Granted, he just crit my PPC with 1 Thunderbolt missile, so I can't fault that really, but still. Incoming fire on the Trebuchet. Oh no, someone's coming up. Oh, it's the Firestarter? I didn't realize you could get all the way up here. And he's going to swing, and he's going to hit. Interesting job. -1 to initiative to him. And then I think that was a tag. Yep. He's been acquired as a target. Alright, Tread. How would you like to shoot people? I think she enjoys shooting people just fine. That'll work.
Moving to position.
Hi, you no longer have defenses from my back. Just nailed them 4 times with that autocannon. Crab, are you going to shoot? Miss. Oh, that one hit. Okay, you're overheated now. You're cooked. There's no way you're not cooked. He's just riding that line. Jeez.
Standing by.
Get close up to this Vindicator, and we're just going to... Ooh, actually, no. We got to defend the left, which is right, so we've got to do... Ooh. We've got to not get involved with that fight, because we've got to shield this arm, because I do not want to lose this light autocannon. It's too cool a piece of equipment to want to lose. Maybe we'll crit something like a heat sink or something. Make it so that he absolutely has to die. Vindicator coming up, swinging for my arm. He did not hit it. So that's okay, we're safe. Deadeye.
Orders.
You have been engaged in melee combat. I think I want you to run away. 35 damage is all he's going to deal. That's not enough to do anything. We are trapped here, unfortunately. So that really does suck. Alright, line it up. And, ooh, can I get a side shot on the tank? I cannot. Okay.
Location confirmed.
Don't care about the Vindicator, don't care about you. Line you up. Cook it a bit. Structure exposed.
Mech is overheating.
We need to chill out for a turn. Actually, if that guy is smart, he'll cook me and never allow me to cool down, and that will kill me. You have no front to you anymore, so I can knock you out through the judicious use of lasers. As long as I can get a decent enough speed going. The last thing I want to do, unfortunately, is expose my mech to incoming fire that I cannot deal with. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Of course. Good to go.
Come on, I just need one good hit on the front. Come on, don't let me down. Unfortunately, he let me down. Incoming fire on the trebuchet. Lots of fire coming down on the trebuchet. PPC destroyed. Ah, painful. Have you tried one of the continuous deployments? I'm on a 2-month. I haven't yet. I want at least 8 mechs before I do that. That's crazy dangerous. 45. Oh wow.
My mech
This mission just got painful. Losing the PPC was one thing, but losing the X-Pulse lasers and the ECM? Jeez, we are not doing well.
Commander.
28% chance to shoot him. How is that even possible? That's because of the recoil, because we have the caseless ammo. I think we gotta run up and punch him.
Commander.
Bullet Trap, can you get out? Ooh, Bullet Trap can get out of here. He reveals his right arm to basically nobody. That's fine. Alright, fire at the crab.
Launching for an outward thrust.
Come on, blow something important up. Like half of his mech. That works.
Target's taken a critical hit.
He's lost his evasion, which I assume means he's going to move next. Yeah, he's moving to punch. Ooh, punched me in my arm. And he's going to use that to chill out, which he desperately needed.
Receiving you.
Dread, if I got up right behind him, it'd be a 30% chance. If I actually punched him, it'd be a 75. Probably won't kill him, but it'll hurt him. Unfortunately, we hit the legs. And now, the Vindicator's coming to punch. But the Vindicator can't touch this. This is just an ugly melee. Not happy about this.
Receiving you.
So we have got to deal with this guy here. If I sprint, how far can you get? I would be satisfied with that, actually. I know it's a crazy, terrible shot, but I would be moderately satisfied with it. Just because any damage into his back is going to hurt him badly. Gyro crit. I don't know how his stability check fat. Oh, nope, there's the knockdown. So that's what? 2 injuries on him at this point? So he's down to 1? Yeah, 1 more. You are just... I hate you so much. Just ram our mechs into each other. Fusion core crit. Oh, God. Oh, crap, I forgot. If the Wolverine loses its side torso, it's dead. I totally forgot about that. Interesting problem. This is going to be almost suicidal, but we're going to give it a shot. Crab needs to die. Fire everything you've got at his head.
I believe this should have an effect.
Come on, just 1 hit to the head is all I need. Nope, that did not happen. No, shooting dead Ios guy. That's not good. We're gonna lose this torso. very soon.
Internal damage.
Okay, the Wolverine is very bad. We're probably going to have to run.
Internal damage.
Okay, avoided the shutdown. Is this the fire starter getting... Yep, this is what I kind of figured was going to happen when I ran into this position. That much evasion and he still manages to hit me. It's almost painful. Oh, but not quite able to touch with the tag. We're dancing and diving and he can't touch us. Alright, tread.
Orders.
From above. The wicked shall receive their just reward.
Lifting off.
Haha, you can't touch me. That's the plan anyway. Again, fired his head. Kill him. He's panicked. Unfortunately, we didn't hit his head. Because he's got one pilot injury left before he's dead. Well, there goes a leg on a Firefly. Wow, through all that evasion, he tore it right off.
I've lost lateral control.
That's a Star Wars reference right there.
Ready for orders.
And I don't think that you're a good enough pilot to claim that you can claim to be the title of Red One. It's the Firestarter and the Vindicator and the Scorpion, but I cannot see who I want to see, which is this on-the-ground crab. Okay, my left is right, so... No, my left is left. That'll be there.
Confirmed.
Hello, I cannot pronounce your name because I don't speak Cyrillic, but welcome to the channel. We're playing a little bit of RogueTech right now. Hopefully trying to extricate ourselves from this situation. We took out the engine on the crab, so that's a good one. So we're down to just the Vindicator, the Jenner, the Scorpion, and the Firestarter. 50% of the enemy supporting forces are dead, so shortly we should be able to make something happen.
What do you need?
Deadeye, I would like you to kill somebody important, but I don't think that's going to happen because for some reason you don't have a shot on the Scorpion, which kind of sucks. Your rear armor is damaged, which would be interesting if I could get to it. 35? Yeah, we'll swing around back for this. We can't get a little bit of through armor critical on this one. Name is Occultist, and you're from Siberia. Well, welcome to the channel. I don't think we've ever had someone from Russia. Firestarter rolling on, and he's going to open fire on the CT of our, unfortunately, very, very in trouble Firefly. Okay, his heat is critical, but we might be able to get him up and rolling soon. Scorpion also on the move. And they're focusing the Firefly. We got to get him rolling. He can jump, so we're going to jump him up here. Alright. Is that everybody? Nope, nope. The Jenner still has a shot. He's going for it. He hit, and he missed. Okay, that works out. So, the Firefly is alive.
Internal damage.
Unfortunately, Paradise has been knocked down to 2. So, who's... it's the Vindicator.
Commander.
We're going to disappear you for a bit, but first I want Bullet Trap to get involved, and I want Bullet Trap to utterly gut you. Because you are causing to be a major problem for me. Unfortunately... Oh, actually, no. Can Bullet Trap shoot from where he is?
Orders.
What do you got? Side shot on the Vindicator. I'll take that. Do I need to? Get a 70%, wasn't it? Right on top of him? No, it's 66. Get right up next to him. Still a 66. In that case, there's no sense in waiting. Get right on top of him and unload into him. See if you can't take some of that mech apart. Oh, we got a head hit, so if we manage to blow off a torso and knock him over, he's dead. But he's moving out. Stop shooting my Firefly. It didn't do anything to you. It's been mostly useless this entire fight. You shouldn't have any problem with it. Trebuchet is unfortunately not able to do a whole heck of a lot. Oh, we can step on this. How much health on that? 10? If I turned around, I'd get you killed. Move over here. 56 and a 50.
Copy that.
Come on, Deadeye. I need you to pull this one out.
I'm on it.
Unfortunately, you did not. Looks like my Commander 2. It's kind of similar. It's BattleTech, which is the It's the most recent version of basically the tabletop on computer.
Ready for orders.
And you, unfortunately, are not going to be able to shoot a whole bunch of people. Let's take out the Scorpion if we can. 30% chance. Oh, what the hell, fire. Oh, we got it, good. So Scorpion's out. So now we're down just to the Jenner, the Firestarter somewhere around here, and the Vindicator. You can get up now. So get on up. And let's get you the heck out of here. Yeah, it's going to cook him a bit, but that's okay. He's out. He's safe. Do I dare shoot? I do have LRM 5 ammo that can explode, so there is that. Nah, we'll just brace. So avoid the ammo explosion. Next turn we'll be able to actually get rid of all that heat. Enemy turn. Jenner's rolling up. Jenner's going to start shooting. And nailing the Wolverine.
My internals are taking a beating.
Yeah, we got to get the Wolverine out of sight. It's only got 10 health before it's dead. And still avoiding the ammo explosions. This guy's been riding the red line the whole fight, and he is fine. We don't have an XL engine in this thing, do we? We absolutely do. Holy crap. I think I pull you just out of this fight. Let's just get you out of here.
Sir, reduced mobility. My mech is limping.
And I'll hopefully finish this off with Bullet Trap and Deadeye. Well, I think Bullet Trap has a similar problem. Alright, Tread.
Yes, Commander.
You're gone. Get out of here. Get out of sight, out of mind. Get you nice and safe in cover. Sensors impaired, right arm destroyed. I was hoping to save that right arm. And a cooling pod explosion. Great.
I'm here.
I really wanted to save that arm. Are you trying to cover yourself?
Good to go.
I don't think I'm going to let that happen. A little bit closer. Slightly closer. No, slightly further away. 56 and 50 was it? Yeah, 56.
Coordinates received.
Well, we kind of knew what we were getting into with an Assassinate. I'm just a little bit disappointed by how little we're going to make from it.
Orders?
Bullet Trap's going to get right behind him.
Confirmed.
And light him the absolute hell up.
Target locked.
Got a gyro crit, fusion crit.
Reporting.
He's unsteady and he's stressed. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to move and ignore all that. And Paradise is just going to stay way back here.
Reporting.
I am not getting him involved. He's missing a leg. He's got half a torso gone. We are not putting him in harm's way at all. So we'll keep Paradise and we got to keep Tread in the background. So it's really just Bullet Trap and Deadeye at this point that are still fighting this battle, which makes it a 3-on-2. They do have very good mechs to do it with, but it's still a 3-on-2. We'll light up the Vindicator, hopefully pot him. Okay, we got his CT cord out.
Tango down.
And now we can move him. We got to guard his right leg at this point, which means pull out a direct line of sight. Yeah. Ace pilot. Tread, you stay way the heck out of here. I'm not losing a Wolverine from an errant shot to the side torso. Which means Deadeye comes for a follow-up. So we're now fighting the Jenner, finally. Get ourselves into cover. We also have the, can't forget about the Firestarter off here in the corner. That thing will rip us apart if we let it. Unfortunately, he's not taking damage as fast as we need him to. Jenner's moving. Jenner's firing. Wow, right torso's gone.
Commander, I've lost all my weapons.
Wait, you have an AC-5 in the other shoulder. At least you should. Oh, that was all the ammo. Okay, that's a problem.
Yes, Commander.
So now it's just Bullet Trap fighting this fight. And the Firestarter's coming in for melee. Managed to actually hit. They didn't hit the leg, which is important. -1 initiative is annoying, but kind of pointless. Alright, you've target acquired me, but I'm going to ignore you for now. I mean, you're scary, but I have really, really cold mechs, so I don't really care all that much.
On my way.
Run up behind you. Punch you in the back.
On for physical attack.
Oh, good. We've exposed the structure. And I'm fairly certain that thing has... we'll reserve down. Because dead bull trap's coming up next.
Tactical advantage.
Can I get behind you? Absolutely I can. So we will do that.
Full speed.
Lock him up. Alright, we got the entire left torso out. Doesn't look like he had an XL engine, otherwise he'd be dead.
Scored a critical hit.
But we have torn out a fairly important chunk of his mech.
Reporting.
Alright, Firefly. 14-4. Guess what you're doing.
No doubt it will be done.
Fire!
Confirmed.
We LRM5, we may as well use it. It's almost useless, but it's still there. And reserve tread, and tread's not going to do anything. Just going to sit there.
Our target is bugging out.
Oh, come on! What the hell? Well, that's moderately enraging. Decides to bug out, and where's the bug out position? Right on top of him. We had him. If he had to spend a turn moving to any location, we would have murdered him. That's bullshit. Oh, that makes me so furious. All that for nothing. Good faith effort. Well, our mechs are down for the next while. Jesus. One spare part. Wow. That is infuriating. And not the note that I wanted to end this stream on. Jeez, that's frustrating. An immediate evacuation because he lands right on top of him. The evacuation mechanic in the assassination mission is bullshit. I'm going to call it here and now. But yeah, we've actually been streaming for 2.5 hours, which is a half hour longer than we normally do. So we started our RogueTech campaign, although I'm not sure how long it's going to last at this rate. We just lost a lot of critical equipment, and we lost something very, very important. We should have had that mission. That should have been ours without question. And unfortunately, well, sometimes game mechanics work against you. 269,728 C-bills for 23 days repair. Oh, the pain. I will attempt to salvage it. This is going to be our stream campaign. So I don't know if I'm going to make it Saturdays or Wednesdays. We still need to come up with that one. Or I may just continue to do the split times, where the first hour will be Starfleet Command and the second hour will be RogueTech. But, ow, that's a tough way to play. So we lost quite a bit of important equipment on board this thing. I am not particularly pleased, you could say.
Hey, boss. We've just
Alright, before we end the stream, we need to come up with a better name. Treads Marauders is stupid. Somebody in the chat, what's your best idea for what we should do? As I go through ship upgrades and do a little bit of modification on things. So we'll put that in there, Mech Bay 2, upgrades begun. Just chilling as all our stuff gets fixed. We've got down pilots, we've got a lot of mechs offline at this point. Mech Bay, what are we still waiting on? Oh, the Firefly. What's broken? What's busted on you? At least we didn't lose any mechs. That would have been disastrous, but no, we didn't lose any. We did lose a heatsink double, which I don't think I can replace. Nope. I need to, and I can't. So that's not great. Well, that'll fix the Firefly so we can go on missions with it again.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
So we need a better name, better than Treads Marauders. That does not sound cool. Bull Trap's back in duty. 2 more days. 1 more day. Trebuchet's back. Gotta modify that. Let's come in here and refit our Treb. Lost a lower arm, the SRM, and the PPC, if I'm not mistaken. What can we throw into this thing to make it viable? Ammo, PPC, ammo, SRM, SR. Why was the AC-5 ammo stored in the opposite torso with the PPC? That seems dumb. I should have modified that from the start. Ballistics, what do you got? Well, we can up it to an AC-20. Oh no, that's ammo AC-20. Energies, I've got flamers and medium lasers. Well, it's a terrible loadout, frankly. Put an LRM-10 in this thing. Machine guns? Machine guns just seem so anemic. I would want something a little bit more powerful. We can put a tag in. I'm really tempted to do that, actually. I think it's 0 days to do these repairs. That's actually pretty good. Got 10 tons. What can I do with 10 tons? Large laser. 5 tons. That brings my heat efficiency to 33 or 38. I also need ammo. AC-5 ammo in the legs where it's safe. 15 rounds ought to do it. Although, no, I can't go up to an AC-10. I'd like to, but I can't. I got 4 more tons. I say we fill it out with... could do jump jets. It's got space for 5 and we only got 2. So that's not an option yet. A medium laser. That ruins our heat curve because that brings us to 4833. But we were having problems on heat anyway. I don't want to put a pair of flamers in it. That seems kind of pathetic. Let's max out the armor. Oh, perfect. Oh, not quite perfect. AC-5 and a large laser for now. Seems kind of weak. By kind of, I mean incredibly weak. We just don't have a whole heck of a lot to replace the systems with. It'd make it more like a tank for us. He has quite a lot of armor all around. Take us 6 days. We'll lock that in for now. If we need to change it, we can do other things.
And note. Shouldn't be too hard.
There we go, Mech Bay 2, and the final start of the beginning setup is automation, which enables the second repair bay to work at full power. Now this does put us pretty low, and it's going to take us a while to claw out of that one. But it's the plan. Bullet Trap, what do you got? He is technician. Oh, he's a technician. Okay, so we'll test Bullet Trap's idea. Low spirits, and we lost 20,000. Not great. It was worth a shot, though. He was a technician, so I was kind of hoping on it. Automation's up and running, so now we use our mech bay at maximum speed. And we're going to go right to the end of the month. Wolverine is now to be fixed. We'll check it out. Check out our Wolverine, because our Wolverine is in desperate need of repair. Refit. It's time to wince. Oh, there goes the X-Pulse lasers and the ECM. The ECM means I can't have the stealth armor on there anymore. That's literally, I can't do the stealth armor anymore because I don't have an ECM thing anymore. That's bad. That's extra double bad. Does give us 5 tons to play with. So, weapons. I like the rotary autocannon. I hate the fact that I have to have so much recoil after using it. This is the recoil of 5 rotary autocannons, level 4 evasion pips ignored by 1. This thing has a recoil of 9. That's crazy. I'm more than a little terrified of that. I've got 5 tons to play with now that I don't have an electronic countermeasure and 2 medium X-pulses. I don't have the X-pulses to replace them with. I have 4 missile slots, though. Let's go Flamer. We have the Flamer. We use the Flamer. It gives us 2 tons, brings our average range way down, which is fine. Come on, guys. Any ideas for the name of the company? This is, after all, the stream campaign, so it's partly for you guys. So we need to come up with a good idea for what to call it. It's too fast to need that. Oh, that's an interesting idea that I kind of like. Arc welder. I can't put 2 arc welders in the same arm, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would absolutely do that. So we'll run up and we'll bash people over the head. Cigars of Vengeance. Are we actually a fan of our dearly departed uncle? Her call sign's Tread. We randomed it and we decided it was okay. Welcome to the stream, Norman. We're actually about to end here, but we're just finishing a couple of housekeeping things up before we move on to other things. I think I want heat control. Do I need it anymore? I absolutely do not need heat control anymore. Honestly, I don't need this heat bank anymore. Gotta rip that out for an additional ton. +1 arm accuracy, +1 melee accuracy. Put this over here. Weapons. Arc welder's 3 slots, isn't it? I have to move the ammo, which I'm not opposed to. The ammo down into legs. Gives another arm. And there we go. What's your problem? 1 or more locations that are destroyed. Okay, we can ignore that. So what do you think? Couple arc welders. Treads studs. Oh, that's actually not bad. Treads links. Try and link it to some kind of tank. Alright, so 2 arc welders, 2 flamers, and the rotary AC-5. Ostakur's retreads. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not necessarily opposed to it, honestly.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
And just the crab to finish now. We lost a light autocannon. Oh, we lost so much good kit in that mission and got nothing for it. That was the most frustrating spawn I've ever seen. The target's bugging out. Where to? Immediately on top of his own position. It's like, really, game? That's not cool. That's several kinds of not cool. Could put a machine gun. 6 tons worth of stuff, too. We don't have 6 tons worth of stuff. Oh, do I have an electronic countermeasure system on this? I don't see it. I've got a slick suite. So, what if I did this? What am I missing? Yeah, it doesn't like that. Doesn't like that because I don't have an electronic countermeasure. Put the command console in, but injury resist, resolve per action, cockpit upgrade provides various effects. Versus +1 initiative and plus sight. And indirect fire, which we don't need. How's your heat? You were already pretty gosh darn chill with the double light autocannons. Have to get our hands on more of those. Wait, what? Double ammo bins. Provide additional ammo twice the size. Box carries 25% more rounds. Oh, that's cool. Did we lose a double ammo bin? No, we only had the one. Interesting. I'm not super happy that it's in the same torso as a very explosive case or engine. So we will move all of the ammo out of there. I really don't have a look. Flashpoint is out this coming week. If it comes out and is not compatible with, will that mean you lose your save game? I don't think it does. I'm fairly certain they're supposed to be compatible because the Flashpoint missions are supposed to be you're supposed to do them after you do the main campaign. So if it wiped out everybody's save from their main campaign, I think a lot of people would be very angry. I know I would. Ooh, I can't. If I do it, I have to put it in an arm. Oh, we may as well. I'm not gonna risk the CT for that. 2 medium lasers. I can put more medium lasers on it. The 1 more medium laser I've got. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't realize I only had 2 slots. 2 missile slots are filled. 2 ballistics. So we only got a single ballistic slot I could fill in here. And jump jets. We could make it fly. We could make a crab fly. But yeah, with Flashpoint, I'm going to wait until it's compatible with RogueTech. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle the specific Flashpoint missions because they're not like super extra story missions. They're really kind of, frankly, disappointing. I have 6 tons and I don't know what to fill with it. Max armor gives me 2.5 tons. I will reduce it until... Okay, we'll go up 1 and down 1. 2.5 tons. What do I put for 2.5 tons in this thing? I don't have 2.5 tons worth of equipment. And I could probably pull this cooling pod out. Because we're 63 for 46. Turian Crusaders. We're not Turians, though. Well, we're not anymore. We've been cast out, remember? They hated us. because we kind of caused several atrocities. So it can't be that. 2x5 or 4x4. 10 versus 16. How much is the weight on this? 0.5 tons, and this is also 0.5 tons? I can't put that on there. We don't have the weight for it. Who did I put the tag on? Oh, I put the tag on the trebuchet. Whoops. Or, not the trebuchet, the Wolverine. This is honestly an interesting problem. I don't have enough weight to do anything with it. I mean, I guess a machine gun? Can I get a half load of machine gun ammo? We got this glitch where the store isn't going to go. Well, that's what we'll start with. We'll see if there's anything I can buy.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Alright. We can call us the retreads. We're trying to remake a name for ourselves, recover our own reputation that was unfortunately annihilated by our uncle, who dragged it through the mud because he decided to go absolutely insane. Gotta come up with some kind of symbol to go with it. This will be the last thing we do for the stream. Needs to be, well, ideally something like tank or tread related. Well, that works. That works for me. And yes, Sean, I get the joke. But I thought it was rather interesting anyway. I think that's a tank. It looks like a tank to me. I think we'll keep that as the tank. Yep. Looks like all there is. Alright, that's going to be it for today's episodes, folks. I'm glad you all joined us for it. We started our first RogueTech stream. Did things crash out on me? Or is it just my YouTube? Yeah, it's just my YouTube. So, thanks all for joining me for this stream. It was a lot of fun. We're probably going to continue to play RogueTech on stream, probably in the second half of our streams like we kind of did today, unless we decide to do a specific day for it. So that means we'll stream for the first hour doing Starfleet Command and the second hour doing RogueTech. If you don't know what either one of those games is, well, stick around for the whole stream sometime and you'll find out. It's a lot of fun. Trust me, I enjoy it a lot. Check out my channel. You'll see a whole bunch more content about both of those games. Starfleet Command, of course, being a Star Trek game, which is an amazing starship tactical game, and RogueTech being this fantastic mecha game here. Anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.